Hello, everyone, and welcome back to a healthier episode of Raw Talkin' It. You motherfucker! I'm Titus. That's Joe. There's Twitch chat. We're here. Wow, he really planned that. Instead of the dog barking, it was Michael. 64 months is great.
I thought about it and I wasn't going to do it.
I hate it here.
But then he did. And I was like, well...
Might as well then, right?
Might as well.
Might as well. It's really funny. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Anyway, we are back. You noticed that the week was missing. Yeah, I got COVID. That was fun.
Yeah, arguably we're not actually healthier than last episode. We're just healthier than last week.
Healthier than last week, exactly. Specifically me. Got COVID. I'm fully vaccinated with booster shot, except for the fourth one. Was gonna go get it sometime soon.
Yeah.
Was actually probably planning on getting it this Friday before I got sick, because this Friday was like the best time I could have got it. No, but I have no idea where it came from, and I got sick, and my first 3 days sucked. My Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Tired and achy on the first day. Still kind of achy and tired on the second day. Tired and a cough on the third day. And then the cough kind of loomed throughout for a little while. I still randomly have it, and it still feels like I have to clear my throat occasionally. But it's really, other than that, could have been worse. Yeah, I think my Twitch chat honestly gave it to me, to be honest, because quite a few of you had it. But we are continuing Final Fantasy VII. We are going to do some challenges thingies in here while I get used to playing the game again, because I haven't played it for a while.
Yep.
While we talk about some interesting things that happened on the internet in the past week and a half, 2 weeks.
I will say, yeah, just the final touching point on it is this is your PSA to go get your fourth booster.
Yeah. It's available. Go get it.
I mean, and also any of the other numbers, if you don't have them, you should get those too. But yeah, I actually did get my fourth one, and it knocked me on my ass. So, I mean, obviously I didn't get, I didn't get COVID. I didn't have it as bad as Titus, but I also did. I had a rough night. Like, basically my sort of like vaccine hangover happened like the night.
Does this ever wear off?
The night of.
Yeah, it does. Okay.
I think it does. Yeah.
It does.
Technically, you can attack. And I love your little Buster Sword and stuff.
This is great.
It's very cute.
Interesting. All right.
But yeah, I actually basically when I went there, I made an appointment, and then I was also able to go get my flu shot. Or they basically said, did you want one at the same time? And I was like, yep. And they said, okay, cool.
Might as well.
And I was like, yeah. And they're like, all right, we're just gonna do one in each arm. And made some small talk. Our local grocery store gives us like rewards for getting flu shots.
Yeah, you get
we have a gas mileage like redemption program thing, and so I got. It was actually funny. When my husband got his, he got his in the evening. There was some guy that was there, some like older guy who was just that sort of like old, kind of lonely, talkative. And my husband is far better at this than I am. My husband was able to make small talk with him, even though he was like definitely getting way too personal, way too quick about like his own life problems and stuff. But just old guy that was alone.
Those guys is like, yeah, that's my life.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. And so my husband actually, the pharmacist or the tech or whoever it was.
Really? Why the fuck did they put me up against this annoying fucking thing?
For what it's worth, you only have to win.
Well, that's not even going to happen. He's beating my ass into the ground.
I mean, you can't use items. That's right. I was about to tell you that you need to use items. I completely forgot. You just can't.
You cannot.
Don't forget about haste. It's been 2 weeks.
They're weak to fire, so I wanted to use most of my fucking...
I mean, that's not a bad idea. And you get mana back after every round. So, like, if you can... like if you get away while he's casting the frog thing, just cast Firaga during that window, like while he's stuck in that animation, since you're also going to be stuck in an animation.
Oh man, if you parry, you just still take damage. Okay, that's cool. Oh, maybe I didn't parry.
I think you can only parry if you have the materia, and I'm not sure you do.
I thought I put it on Cloud, but I might have put it on
Tifa.
Tifa.
Yeah, because a parry should be a full-on attack.
That's true.
That said, your haste might actually be... Oh no, it doesn't seem to be... I was worried that it was still going to do the AoE, like, basically, which is like, you get less time with it, but it seems like it just recognized that there was only one person, so it gave you the full... It's not running down really fast. When you cast on the whole party, it only lasts like 15 seconds. At most.
I hate these guys.
They're really annoying. They're really annoying to fight.
Yeah, these guys are the worst. Come on now. I really wish dodge roll did more than that. The iframes, so bad.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm not actually 100% sure you even get iframes.
You don't. I don't think you do. If you do, somebody correct me, because like I don't.
If you, yeah.
I haven't found it out.
Yeah, and this is where you do the Firago. Yeah. That's it. These guys don't have like the quick stagger gauge or anything like that, so the moment they do get staggered, they're like down, and you can just do your braver or whatever, and then just basically one-shot them.
You say that. Not able to one-shot.
Admittedly, that Blade Burst is a magic attack, and I don't think you're using a physical attack weapon. I think
Fuck it, dude. Let someone fucking Leviathan at this point for this stupid idiot.
I mean, why not, right?
This guy's a piece of shit.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's like, what else? You get to summon every battle. I don't think you're locked out of it for the rest of the battles. Do it, and then just run around and guard. Just get enough ATB to, if you need to, but like, to use a skill. I don't know what element.
Water.
Leviathan. There's not a water element in this game.
Blizzard, then probably whatever that is.
But I don't think it is. That's what I'm sort of getting at. I think Leviathan might be non-elemental, but that doesn't make sense to me. So maybe it just does count as ice. Also, your limit's up. So
yeah, no. That guy is so fucking annoying. Most annoying enemy in the game.
I agree. I comfortably agree with you.
He doesn't stagger. He takes forever to become stagger. Like nothing you do like affects him at all. And it's just really a frustrating enemy.
This is another one where I think this is the one where he disappears.
Yeah, he fucking hits me in the back.
And then, so you either have to guard, which the guard isn't even that. I think he can sometimes still just knock you over.
700 and some damage getting on a guard. That's kind of nuts.
Yeah. Frozen Claw was that attack. But I think with these guys, you can mostly just run around and you'll dodge a lot of the stuff they do.
Oh, Blizzard homing. Cool.
Yeah, but you didn't get hit by the detonation, so you're fine.
Thank God.
It just hit the early one. But yeah, the magic animations do actually take long enough that you probably want to do.
Oh, okay. That's just a whole fucking long ass attack. All right, that's.
Oh, it's just like an AOE thing, yeah. But that means you can cast magic when he's doing it.
Tried to dodge.
Yeah, I know. But then also auto life, another thing that you just have. So sadly, you lose your ATB for it, but almost staggered though, so that's good.
Oh my God! How do you fucking run if you're in
you're almost done with this. You're like, he's almost staggered.
No. I mean, like, just run around the map faster.
Oh, I mean, just run. That's the thing with these guys. Like I said, I'm pretty sure you can mostly just run, and he won't be able to do anything. You don't even have to dodge roll.
The fuck is he?
That I don't know. This is the one thing I was saying before stream that you might want to kit out Cloud for 1v1s. If anything, what you want to do is, oh, I didn't realize limits don't take ATB. They just happen.
That's good. Sheesh! Rusty as fuck. Oh.
It would not be a bad idea to stick Cure on Cloud at some point soon. This guy is mostly just don't let him grab you. And I think he telegraphs that attack pretty well.
Oh, you get your auto life back every battle.
Yeah, you get, these are all brand new battles. You should get your summon back, you should get everything back. I have no idea what this guy's weak to though.
Fire. All humans are weak to fire.
Oh, that's right, that's right. Except for like very specific ones where it's like obvious. Yeah, that thing where he lunges at you, that's the one you want to make sure you avoid. Because then he does like a backbreaker over his knee type attack. Also haste.
I'm not sure I'll need it.
Fair, this guy isn't spent. Oof. Well, let's see. What? There's a few different things to talk about. I'm trying to. So here's a fun one. That's not just the thing everybody's talking about right now. I went to my first Renfest this.
Oh yeah, you did.
Past weekend.
Tell me about that. How'd you like that?
It was fun. It was almost a problem that it was such a nice day because I think everybody was taking advantage of that.
Yeah.
And so it was really crowded, and there were far more people there than I wanted to be there. The biggest problem was food. The line for food, and in particular, I think we also got really unlucky, but there were a bunch of food lines that were really, really long, even like during shows. And so we were walking through, we finally found just like 6 different little, food stalls all right next to each other, right?
You get a turkey leg?
No, that line was insane. But we walked by a bunch of different lines, and there was like a chicken finger place that had a huge line.
Yeah.
Then there was a sandwich place. There was like a little like stir-fry Asian food stall. And then there was like a dessert one. There was all sorts of stuff. So we were looking through and we were like, well, the chicken finger line is ridiculous and we don't want to wait forever. So let's just get in the sandwich line, right? We'll just get a flippin' sandwich. It'll be easy, right? We were in that line.
Not bad.
I think it took an hour.
Jesus.
And here's the thing. When we got in line, there were maybe 15 people in front of us.
That's not a lot.
No, it's not a lot. That's the problem.
What the fuck?
So, I think there were some things going on, and also we were like standing in the sun. So I had not a bad sunburn because it's late in the year, but I did have a sunburn the next day from just standing in the sun for that long.
Oh God, I can't dodge that.
No, so thing number one that we figured out is the kid that was like working taking orders and stuff. He was maybe like 15 or 16.
Yeah, it is kind of
like this was, and he was also just sucking ketchup out of a ketchup packet.
That's amazing.
Which is just kind of funny to me, like whatever. But he was also just like sort of clearly out of his depth. He was not, and he had no support. Everybody else was behind, like in the kitchen or whatever, behind the thing.
Roger.
It was just this kid. I felt really bad for him, but I don't know. I just don't know how it takes so long to make paninis. They were just like sandwiches, and then they were pressed on a griddle for a few minutes.
Bro, griddle got to heat up every time.
I don't know. It was like people would order, and then they would wait 20 plus minutes. Like they would take a batch of orders, and then it would take well over 20 minutes for them to spit out like 5 sandwiches. It was insane. And so that was all. We were just like aghast at just how long. Like, I ultimately think, even though the chicken finger line was like way longer, I think it would have taken less time because they just had chicken fingers.
Those first 2 fights were the hardest fights.
Yep. So we were just sort of taken, and I was so close to giving up. I was getting angry and hangry, I wanted to just walk away.
I'd have been.
You would have walked away sooner, and you would also. But like, I know you wouldn't have yelled at the kid. He was just a kid.
No, it's not his fault.
But also, like, you would have been mad.
Oh yeah.
And I was mad, and I'm usually not one to get mad like that.
Like 25, 30 minutes is
in a long line
is okay to wait at an event like that. An hour is a long time when you're making a fucking sandwich. You're not frying chicken strips. You're not doing tater tots or fries. No. You're not fucking heating up the chicken leg.
They should have been made in advance and just ready to like grab the one and then press it. Anyways, we get up there. We finally order our food. And then we stand around, like we said, a batch order.
Yeah.
A few people got their food. And then we realized, the sandwich number 1 came up for my husband.
Not again.
And like everybody at this point, everybody in line was bonding. I think it's actually the same 5 fights. But you're ranged now, so it should be better.
Well, I don't know if I'm fire related.
Well, but you just get to, whenever he does you just do maximum fury whenever you can, and then you overcharge whenever you can't. But and you can also cast Steel Skin, which it gives you armor for a while. But no, so as this happened, husband sandwich, he got his, and then we realized there was a group of 3 people, and they were like, "Hey, what's going on?" Those people definitely put their order in after us. Like, why haven't we gotten our food yet?
Oh, yeah.
And the kid was like, what? And then the lady behind us who hadn't put her order in yet, but was also really livid, she was like trying to help this kid. He was just a kid, but like trying to help him. She's like, you need to go talk to the cook and have her make 3 sandwiches because clearly something has happened here. And he like tried to talk to the cook, but this kid was just like clearly awkward and in over his head.
Yeah.
And so he tries to tell the cook, and we can hear the cook being like, "Oh, those went out a long time ago. I can't make them again."
What do you mean?
And everyone
was
like,
"Fuck do you mean?"
And all of us were like, every single one of us in the room or like in the area was like,
"What?"
Was like, "No,
make them again.
Just make 3 like none of it matters. Just make 3 sandwiches." Like. And she was like, "No, I can't do that." And she told him to give them their money back. And so the kid just like went to the register and got the money. And they were like, "We've been here for an hour. We don't want our money.
I want my food at this fucking point.
We want our food." And so they were trying to be nice. The lady behind us was like being a little less nice, but still just trying to like get these people their frickin' food.
Yeah,
and
that's
then
insane.
And then he like tried to talk to the cook again, and he came back. He's like, "She just walked out." And we were like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, she just left."
So there's one cook.
Oh, well, I think there was multiple cooks, but also one of them apparently just got pissed and walked out of the room.
Amazing.
And so we were just like, and it was shortly before that they gave us our other sandwich, my sandwich, and I was like, if it was one person, I would just say, "Here, take mine. I'll eat half of my husband's, and we'll just, I'll take the refund for mine. I'll eat half of my husband's. It'll be fine." But it was like 3 people, and so one sandwich wasn't going to solve their problem.
Yeah, you were trying to be real nice, but it doesn't fucking matter.
But I was like, yeah, it was not going to help. And then I think shortly after that is when the cook walked away or whatever. And so I was just like, I don't know. I felt so bad, but I also felt I'm like, I don't know what to do. And of course there's 20 people in line still, and they're going through the process of like, why is this taking so long? The whole thing, I was just it blew my mind. And ultimately we got our sandwiches, and we sat down on a bench randomly, and it turns out there was a show starting right there like 5 minutes later, so we ended up staying for that show. And it was a really cool like juggling and like danger. He was juggling fire and doing some knife.
Oh yeah, that guy. I know exactly who you're talking about.
There's apparently a couple, but he was like a middle-aged bald man who was juggling fire and
he's there all the time.
Yeah, he was really funny and really good, and he was like, "Oh, I messed that trick up. I guess I'm gonna have to do it again." Very, very, very funny. But
Die.
yeah, I'm telling you, I think Barrett's the best character in the game.
Fuck. Now this idiot.
Soon, and you'll get there when you get there. You do once. You will get a Barrett Aerith fight, which is really fun because that is just not a combo that you see any other time in the game. Oh, you just did the point blank. That's funny.
Fuck yeah, might as well at this point.
Oh,
ran right into him.
But yeah, no, that was the. Other than that, Renfest was a ton of fun. We saw.
I'm glad you had fun.
We saw 3 different shows.
Did you buy anything cool?
We bought some garlicky seasonings.
Oh yeah, the seasoning shop's really cool there.
Yep, we bought some jams.
Oh,
some alcoholic jams.
Interesting.
Which are we've tried them. They're fun. They're good. They taste like jam. One of them is like a. It was like a. Not a Moscato, some white wine flavor, a Riesling jam or whatever. It's fine, it just kind of tastes like jam. It doesn't really taste like Riesling or alcohol. They have like a gin and tonic one and a whiskey sour one. They were interesting. Some of the weirder ones, they only had the big ones of, so I was like, I would have bought them if they had smaller ones. Maximum Fury.
I'll wait till he's staggered.
Okay, fair. And he's actually close. But yeah, no. That was. Then we also bought some honey stuff.
Cool.
We bought they had a bunch of flavored creamed honey, which creamed honey or whipped honey is just honey with air. And then they add, you can add, various flavors or seasoning and just stir it into the honey. And so we bought a pumpkin spice one, which is pretty good. And then my favorite is we bought a vanilla chai whipped honey.
That sounds pretty good.
Which is really, really, really good.
That sounds pretty tasty.
Yeah, so we're saving that for the Halloween party. Actually, we're gonna do a little charcuterie with our jams and honeys and stuff that we got.
Saturday.
It is next Saturday. Which your wife has already said.
Yeah, we can't go regardless.
Can't go, and that's fine. And that's totally fine. But yes, it is next Saturday. But no, so we bought that. We bought the honeys, we bought the jams, we bought the seasonings. I think that's all we bought. We didn't buy any, swords or,
I'd expect you to buy a sword.
Well, they have some cool stuff.
They have some very cool, but there's some really cool, there's a lady there who does, this marble art type thing, so she has, different really pretty marble things that she incorporates with these sculptures and stuff that are really cool. There's a lot of just very cool artistic things, but it's Renaissance theme, so dragons or whatever have you, and if that's just not your your vibe, then it doesn't really matter too much.
People can go to Renfest, and I understand that it's not meant to be actually accurate or whatever.
Yeah, it's supposed to just be fun.
But also, I don't remember Deadpool at the Renaissance. I don't remember.
Oh yeah, people that just dress up and
anything.
Yeah.
Shockingly, only saw one fursuit.
Apparently, Renfests are just a place where people like to fuck a lot.
I mean, probably this place was open enough that you would have had to just walk into the woods, which maybe.
No, I mean the cruise.
Oh yeah, probably.
The crew, when everything is done for the night or whatever, the crews just fuck.
I am sure the.
So what I've heard.
Yeah, but there was a lot of Yeah, there were plenty of quote unquote normal cosplay type stuff. People dressed in various, Victorian, English, whatever, right? But then there were also, there was just like a Deadpool walking around and stuff like that, and that's the stuff I'm like, I mean, I get it, I understand, but
I mean,
also,
he
like,
technically time travels. With...
I was just kind of I was just like, I mean, I get it, it's just nerd chic, whatever, fine, but also like,
true,
you know, it's Renfest though, guy. Like, what you doing?
Whatever I want, I guess.
Yeah. But no, like I said, it was cool. The 3 shows were that one juggling show. We technically saw the jousting, but like there were so many people, and we didn't even get a seat, let alone good standing room, so we could like barely see. And then we saw the Washing Wenches. It was like a comedy show of 2 wenches who did like an audience thing, and they had a big pool of water, and they were like did laundry, but it was really just a comedy skit show, and they pulled people from the audience, and
there's quite a few of the fun little comedies,
stuff.
like improv comedy skit shows that are a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a really funny it was a really funny skit. It just or it was a half-hour show or something like that. But yeah, I think those were the only shows we saw. Those 3, and like I said, jousting we barely saw. Though we did get to see one guy just straight up get knocked off the horse. So
yeah,
that was fun. I saw that one happen. But yeah, like I said, the only problem was just that there was a little too much standing around and waiting around here and there, and mainly for food. It also got hotter. It was like a 50-degree day in the morning, but it wound up being like 82 or something. So it was actually pretty toasty by the end of the day. Also, oh my god, it was so dusty.
Yeah.
Because there's no
dry.
pavement. There's no pavement.
It's all dirt.
Dry.
Yeah,
so
it's all
dirt getting kicked
dirt.
up. I had to. Both took showers when we got home, and I just just like that, just dirt coming out of your nose because you breathed it all in the whole day.
I don't care for Rinfest anymore. I've been to enough of them. I think they're fine.
I mean,
there's a lot better ways I could spend $45.
Yeah, I like.
You never been, so it was a cool experience.
It was fun. My husband hadn't been in years. He'd been before. Went a lot in high school, and he used to know a lot of the actors and stuff.
Yeah, I used to go a lot in high school.
But yeah, so that was neat.
When my mom was working for the state, way back when I was younger, they would get like severely discounted tickets, so we would go all the time.
Yeah. One day was enough, and maybe next year maybe we go again just for like one afternoon. That's all I would need, and preferably on like a less nice day. Like a cloudy or just like a tiny bit of rain, enough that it's not a problem, but also that people aren't going out very much. But we also bought our tickets, the day before, so.
Yeah, you just go to like a Walgreens or some shit, and they just.
Oh, they just have.
Or Hy-Vee. And
they just have a website.
Oh, really? You can just go in and buy them at places.
We just bought them and had a barcode on our phone, and so when we walked in, there was like a town crier type guy being like, "If your ticket is paper, go to my left. If you have your ticket on the magic boxes, you go to your right."
Mm-hmm.
And like that was very funny. But yeah. So
Barrett takes so much longer than.
He's doing his damage output is a little less. I suspect it's because he probably could afford to be casting more. I don't know what he's built for. You'd have to look at his stats and his materia.
Healer, man.
There's also that.
He's just my healer.
That said, you are juggling this guy, so he's already almost dead.
This guy's gonna get, and luckily I still have Thunder, so the next one's gonna also go pretty easy.
Yeah, you could just do like Thundera right at the beginning, and he's just toast. Thundera each cutter.
Douche. Hey, stop it.
So what else?
Are you talking about the Pokemon trailer? Because we're a Pokemon podcast.
We can do chronological. Yeah, we talk about Pokemon, which was this morning, and then of course Mario movie. But we'll talk about Pokemon first.
Yeah. So this is the Pokemon podcast again. I'm gonna spoil something a little bit here for the group because I know you guys are so excited about hearing Pokemon for the umpteenth billionth time. I actually have good things to say about this trailer.
Your reaction was actually far more positive than my husband's. He came
Really?
away really wary, and you were like, "Oh, this is great."
I feel like it's a good step in the right direction.
I feel like it's the best trailer they've had yet.
Yeah, I agree. I have some things, but they're not like. I still don't know if I'm buying the game. That's like the thing. Like to take away from this.
Oh yeah, we were always buying it, but yeah.
That's the thing. I don't. The takeaway from this is I don't know if I'm buying the game or not. Still, I am not insanely happy with the direction of Pokemon. But after this trailer, I've seen that might change. We might see it go in the right direction. So
Charge when you have full ATB, and it just drives me insane. Because
It has-
overcharged gives you ATB.
yeah, but it does so much damage too.
Well,
And
I know, but
I
you
have
could just
nothing
do a
else I
max-
can do.
Just do maximum fury, then overcharge, and you're back to full.
I'd rather say Maximum Fury for this.
Well, you can.
I'm
or-
silenced. I can't do anything.
I know you're silenced, but you just do them in the. You did the same two moves. You just did them in the other order.
I know.
You could have.
I thought silence stopped my abilities as well. I was trying to prove you wrong, and then I open it up and I can do my abilities. I'm like,
Nope. It's
well, I just have to commit to being an idiot now.
Yeah, it's just magic. Thunderga, do it.
It's just magic.
One shot him with Thunderga, staggered.
Sorry, my wife texted me.
Oh, okay. I also liked today's trailer. I basically mostly saw things I was happy about.
Yeah, I think it's a good. I think it's a good step. I think some other things need to be done, but we're getting there. We really are. I think that. So, for those of you who don't know, they showed like a bunch of things. They showed like the 3 paths that you could do a little bit more. They showed some cool stuff about that. One of the paths was with the Team Star. Is that what they're called?
Yeah, the last trailer was like, here are the 3 paths. This one was like doing stuff on each path.
So, the Victory Road one.
Victory
gyms
Road is gyms, yes.
Are the gyms, right? And then you get to do like little challenges with the gyms, and then you get to fight the gym leader. Very kind of like the Sword and Shield type thing.
Yep, gym tests.
That they did. Also similar to the Sun and Moon thing where you had like the island
Trials. Yep.
trials.
X and Y had like
But a little bit more condensed per se.
Yeah.
So more like Sword and Shield than X and Y.
Yeah.
Or than Sun and Moon.
Yeah, X and Y had like proto gym tests where the gyms were like a little involved more so than just the puzzles were a little bit more interesting and visually they were a little more interesting, but it still wasn't. But like that's been true of most Pokemon games. Many gyms have at least a small puzzle. Like Red and Blue had, the Electric Gym, Lieutenant Surge had stuff. But anyways, gym tests, yes. Victory Road.
Well, I need to equip her with some Thunder Materia, or else this is not going to go well.
True. You could do Thunder Elemental if you wanted.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm also going to take AP up F on the Revive, because it's just not going to be useful for this fight specifically.
Yeah, and you're also not...
Oh! Haha! Perry was on Tifa.
Yeah, and also you're not going to get... You're not getting 2,200 points...
Not off of this fight.
...of AP, not off of these. You've already... Yeah, this is the last one, so like... I think you're just gonna have to call it on Bahamut for now.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think.
I know.
So.
You can put it back on while you finish the story.
Gonna do.
Elemental Thunder would get you, or Elemental Fire. Elemental Fire would get you through some of the earlier fights. Elemental Thunder would get you through some of the later ones.
How about HP Absorption Fire? That's interesting.
You would have to use.
Use fire.
I have no. I actually did not use that one. I have no idea if it's any good.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Find the fuck out. Huh?
Yeah. That said, you have chakra, don't you? You can heal yourself all you want. You just go do chakra real fast.
I do have chakra.
I think you even have a maxed chakra.
Pretty close.
Yeah, so you probably actually don't need any healing at all.
No, I'm just gonna take fire, and I'm gonna do elemental, lightning, and HP absorption with fire. That way I can get through that last fight without having to fucking kill myself.
Yeah. So you said elemental, lightning, and HP absorption fire?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, okay, so Victory Road, they really didn't show much of Victory Road this time.
They didn't.
They just showed the gym leader again, which they actually already showed last time, so.
The theme song or the theme is really good.
The gym music was really good. The gym music was actually fantastic. It was my favorite bit of music that I did hear across the games. Across the trailer.
So yeah, I mean, like that. There's not a lot to talk about there. It's the same thing every Pokemon game. Do your gym battles, do your Victory Road, do your Elite Four, blah blah blah, whatever it is, right? That's
this time I suspect this time we won't. It'll probably be closer to Sword and Shield again, where there's not actually an Elite Four. There's just some sort of special tournament.
Yeah, which is cool. That's fine.
I just hope this time around the special tournament isn't. The thing I was really disappointed in with Sword and Shield's fancy tournament is that like half the people in the tournament were just the gym leaders again, which like it was cool to refight them. But I wanted to fight. I didn't mind the idea that, your final fight was against Hop or whatever. That was sort of expected.
Right.
But I minded that there were only 3 fights, and one of them was Hop, which was fine, and then like one of them was a gym leader, and then I think one of them was like a rando NPC or something. It was just weird. I would have appreciated not just the gym leaders again.
Oh, he's not. Let's go. Marnie? Marnie wasn't... She was one of the fights?
The tournament is, at least... I don't know about the first time through. It might be all the way scripted through. But, yeah, Bede technically takes the place of the gym leader. I can't remember her name. The old Opal, I think?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Bede takes the place of her. And then Marnie, but I don't think you have to fight them in that order. I think you, like the Star Tournament or whatever is 8 NPCs from the game. And the first time, Hop is always guaranteed to be in the final fight. But then the other ones, they can be, I'm pretty sure they can be random people. So I think you usually fight at least one gym leader.
God, I love that move. The move is so fucking cool.
Star Shower is my favorite move. Yeah, you can go back in the post game, and I believe it's actually just RNG, and the pool from the people that can be in the Star Tournament are all of the gym leaders, Marnie, Hop. If you have the DLC, you can get Clara and Mustard, and I can't remember what the other DLC guy was called. You can get... And then you can also just get rando, like, nobodies who just have interesting teams. This one, though, they specifically, in one of the trailers, Geeta, who is the, like, de facto champion, she mentions about people who complete Victory Road become champion rank. And so I feel like we're going to meet a bunch of people through the story. And then the end stuff is going to be all the people who are champion rank.
I would be okay with them doing like a thing where you have a pool and it runs a random generator number of the battle who's win, and you just fight someone different every time. That'd be great. I don't care if it's a small pool. I want something that everyone's experience is just slightly different. It doesn't have to be crazy different, but just, just a smidge.
My thing is I want more than 3 fights. Because an 8-person tournament is only 3 rounds. So I want 4 or potentially 5 fights in a row. I wouldn't mind a gimmick of some kind. I wouldn't mind if they, maybe... I wouldn't mind it if they said, oh, here, by the way, the Champions League, you're not allowed to use items. Or here in the Champions League, XYZ is a battle condition. I wouldn't mind that. I don't think they're going to do it, but I wouldn't mind it. The thing I mostly want is that if I want there to be, whether it's an Elite Four or whether it's another group of people, what I really want is I want to be exposed to those people throughout the story and maybe not know who they are, or maybe I do know who they are, but like, it's actually one of my problems with the earlier Pokemon games is very often they give a bunch of screen time to the champion. Like, for example, Steven shows up several times in his story in Ruby and Sapphire. but you literally the actual Elite Four, you never meet them. They're nobodies. You don't know them. You don't care about them. And so, like that's what I want. It was one of the things I think that Let's Go actually did well. Is I believe in Let's Go, Lorelei shows up. Like you actually see Lorelei before the Elite Four.
I thought she showed up in the first game.
No, I at least I don't think so. Maybe she shows up in Yellow, which I don't know.
She does.
I didn't think Lorelei did.
Well, she had something to do with the power plant before you go to the power plant.
That's where she shows up in Let's Go. So maybe she does in the original. I just didn't think she did.
I think she does.
Maybe I always went at a weird time where it's like after you beat them she doesn't show up, or if I don't know. But I know that
someone else mentions the karate thing mentions Bruno, I think.
I think they name drop Bruno in the dojo, yeah.
Yeah.
But like that was one of my problems also with X and Y. One of my few problems is that Diantha shows up like twice, and they drop no hints that she's the champion, which I guess is fine, but also like they don't even indicate that she's a trainer. And also, I don't know, that was one of my things with X and Y is Diantha felt like kind of a nobody. Even though I really like, the X and Y Elite Four is like my favorite Elite Four.
It's really good.
It's really good. I really like the battle arenas. Diantha's arena is, aesthetically, it is definitely my favorite. But yeah, I just want them to spend more time developing those characters, which is crazy to ask in a Pokemon game. I want them to actually do character development on the people I'm supposed to care about. Lance is probably the best, because he shows up...
You're going to be waiting a while.
Lance in Gen 2, he shows up a bunch. And then Gen 3, none of them do anything except for Steven. Gen 4, Cynthia shows up a bunch of times, and also I'm pretty sure she just tells you she's the champion. Pretty sure you just...
Yeah, she's the most cocky fucking person on the planet.
Yeah, you don't meet any of the other Elite Four.
That's gonna hurt.
That I'm aware of. Yeah, this is the one. Yeah, that's the attack you want to avoid.
Yeah, it's okay. I was just
it wasn't
his
that bad.
ass,
Also
so...
considered.
God, I love playing as Tifa. She's so
really
fucking
fun.
nuts.
Yeah, let's see. Who? Gen 5? Black and White. Oh, Black and White is probably the most developed because you have N and you have...
Yeah, you get the whole end story, and they really focus on him.
And Alder shows up actually several times throughout the story and like gives you an indication of what kind of person he is. I don't know if the actual Elite Four in Gen 5 shows up again. Again, I think it's mostly just the champion characters. But yeah, anyways, that's what I mostly want. I don't mind the idea of the Elite Four being kind of just faces or whatever. But I don't know, I would like it to be... All they have to do is show a cutscene, you know, where they're famous trainers on TV, you know?
A voice-acted cutscene.
That's still not happening. I think we have confirmation that's still not happening, unfortunately.
I know.
Which is the most annoying thing.
I don't understand.
Yeah,
but it is what it is.
Sword and Shield definitely did the best out of, like, with Marnie and Bede and Hop. They all get character development and screen time. Even if they're a bit one-dimensional, they still give you a decent amount of time, which I appreciate. Especially Bede. Bede actually gets a lot of screen time and winds up tied in the story.
Yep. Even though he's like a little shit.
Yeah. But I also really liked Opal. I thought she was really fun. And so... Also, him going from being a psychic trainer to being a fairy trainer was actually kind of cool, because his like two main Pokemon were both psychic fairy. So then he just subs out the rest of his team for fairy types instead of psychic types, which is cool. I don't know why people don't like Hop. I think Hop
sucks.
As far as the just outright rivals, because admittedly Sword and Shield kind of gives you, in a sense, they give you three with Bede and Marnie and Hop. But Hop is clearly meant to be the rival. I personally think that Hop is the best written rival. And I think that's an easy thing to say. Even if you don't like him, I think that's an easy thing to say because most of the rivals barely get writing, right? Like, Blue is nothing. He just every now and then he's like, "You suck," and then he walks away. "Smell you later" is iconic, but like,
right, but
that's all he does.
Blue is attached to Gary, which people have that. You know, they have that sentimental. You know, they watch the anime, so like they fill in.
They fill in the gaps.
The rival, which is kind of what they meant to do in the first. Like, they absolutely knew what they were doing.
No, the game came first.
I know.
So no, they wrote Blue without any context of an anime character. Gary didn't exist yet. Only Blue existed.
Right, and they made Gary off of Blue.
Yes, they made Gary, and they made him. That is true. They had the character in their head, and so yes, it's still
Ash is basically red.
Basically, except but no, Gen 2 Silver / whatever you name him. He's a nothing character. He's literally just a thief, right?
Yeah, he steals the
he steals the starter, and then he's mean to his Pokemon, and that's all he does. Yeah. He is not actually interesting. Silver is a nothing character.
Yeah, I agree.
Apparently, in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, they try to assert the canon that he's Giovanni's son, which I don't remember, but whatever. Let's see. And then Silver, May and Brendan, they get basically nothing, right? May and Brendan they're the professor's assistant, and that's about all the dialogue they get. They don't say or do anything interesting throughout the story. Gen 4 is... What's his default name? I remember I named my rival in Gen 4 Damien, and I don't know... Oh, Barry. His name's supposed to be Barry. You have your limit.
Yeah, I got it right.
Wally is also a rival in Gen 3. That is true. And Wally is admittedly also written in an interesting way.
If by interesting you mean like a little bitch, then yeah, I agree.
He's literally sickly.
Yeah.
He's not a little bitch. He's crippled. He's like ill all the time.
He has a bad immune system.
Hot take, I think his change to using Gallade is better. I think changing his ace from Gardevoir to Gallade is a better move.
I don't care about it. I don't. People were in an uproar. I don't give a shit.
Anyways, but no.
Woo! We finished all the chores. I mean, trials.
Barry is probably one of the most involved rivals in any of the games, because Dawn doesn't really fill the role of Dawn or what the heck is
Cloud? You're Cloud, right?
Dawn and who? What's the guy's name?
Cool, bro.
Eric?
We went through training together.
I don't remember.
So you're still alive and
I don't know. Either way, they don't get much, but Barry is a good rival.
Uh-oh.
I'll be right back.
Cloud's remembering his past.
Yeah. But you were just... I'm good. Let's keep moving.
Oh, I do need to change the audio because I do think it's a little too low.
It is too low.
There we go. There we go, chat. Sorry about that. I'm glad I changed it now off of that small cutscene rather than...
Well, and you didn't need it during the fights.
Yeah. But so, yeah, we had the trial thing, and then there's like the... what are they calling it? The adventure with the Titan Pokemons and all that stuff?
The Path of Legends.
Path of Legends, there you go. So I'm assuming that just means going and finding a legendary Pokemon and finding these giant Pokemon type thing,
Herba
right?
Mystica, which is to help Arvin cook really good food, and you find a bunch of Titan Pokemon, and
which are basically the thing from Arceus, just in this game.
They're just like super duper Pokemon, and it's called the Path of Legends. There's probably going to be some legendaries. I think that's where the two like knight ones, the armored knights or whatever, I think that's where they're going to come into play.
Yeah,
I think
that's
they're going to be on that
because it seems like you get the bikes like super early.
You get, as far as people can tell, there is some language on the website today that very much seems to imply that they are with you, but they're not in your party.
Oh, so you might not get to catch them until later.
You basically get them. They're your Pokemon ... from the get-go, like from the very beginning, but they don't battle for you, presumably until. My guess is you would have to beat all 3 stories.
Yeah.
My guess is that there's going to be a little extra thing that happens once you've completed all 3.
Everyone here at Shinra is deeply saddened and outraged by this unconscionable act of terrorism. But at the same time, we will not be cowed by threats or violence. To the people of Midgar, I make this vow. We will find the villains responsible and bring them to justice. Are you listening, Avalanche? You cowardly dogs! Run all you like. Shinra is coming.
Do you think the other plates are in danger?
Is
Yes.
it true that Wutai's gonna attack us again?
Yes.
We should be safe here, right?
I wonder.
Alright, where the fuck am I going? Through this door, I think.
You're supposed to continue up.
Yeah, I just had to remember how the fuck to get
Yeah.
out of here.
Do you have full health?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't remember if you did after all those fights.
Yep, I do. Alright, we gotta keep going upwards, because we have a new key thing. Oh, there's that asshole.
I trust the narrative is
Yep.
intact.
Rock solid.
Story time.
People have embraced the Wutai Avalanche conspiracy wholeheartedly. I've almost come to believe it myself.
Wutai's response?
So far, nothing. And if those cowards do react, all the better for us and our story.
Very well. Then we shall stay the course.
If I may, sir, there was one other matter. A message from our man Palmer. Damn it. Yeah, I know. We came here
Going
to
up.
save Earth. That's our first priority.
We gotta go to like 60.
We only get one chance.
64, I think.
Hojo should
Four,
be at that
right?
board meeting, so that'll buy us some time. We need to plan this just right.
Oh, other direction, please. Thank you. Oh yeah, so the Path of Legends seems neat. It'll probably just be the... But then there's the other path that looked a little weird.
There's Star Road, the Path of Legends. Star Road, the Path of Legends, and Victory Road.
The Star Road one, where you had to do this, the team...
That's the bad guy team one, which is the, like, delinquents. Which I actually think is funny.
The mini game was weird.
It looks like you, like, spam...
Yeah, you just spam a couple of your Pokemon and hope that they're stronger, and then you...
It's just like a really basic strength check. Like, did you bring... Because, like, they were all fire types, so it's like your test of, did you bring a couple water types
Yeah.
to this fight?
I didn't
Do you
like
think
that
that's what
part.
Professor Hojo is?
I kind of liked
Where
the
it should
idea
be.
of there just being sort of like a melee of Pokemon going on, just like all sort of fighting in a cluster.
I didn't
Need to find a way
hate
to
it.
trick
I just
out
thought the
of it.
execution was a little
You'll hear the words
wonky.
come out
But
of your
playing
mouth.
it might feel better.
We just gotta
Yeah.
find that bathroom so we
It
can
depends on
get
how
to
long
the
it takes.
airgun.
If it's something that takes like
Ask
30
anyone
seconds,
here.
then
They can
it's
point us in the
just
right
a nice little
direction.
touch.
No thanks. We can find it on our own.
We gotta go find a bathroom. Alright.
Mm-hmm.
No items to get. We're just going straight there, right?
There is one materia. You're gonna go in some ducks. There's one materia in the ducks.
Oh, okay. So it's gonna be like...
All right, I'll wait out here.
By the way, I think you have two...
You
Oh
can't
no,
hang
you,
out
you'll
here.
get a second time
Tifa.
materia soon.
It'd be better if you waited inside.
Maybe, but this is... Oh, never mind. You're right.
Also, I took materia off of Cloud,
Yes.
and I need to redo that.
Make sure Cloud has good stuff. Like I said, it would not be a bad idea for Cloud to have some type of healing.
Okay, let's just completely redo you, big guy.
Let's redo everybody.
Fire is pretty useful to have.
I would put Carbuncle on Cloud. Just tell you that now. You've been
Carbuncle?
using Carbuncle to help you through tough fights where you've been kind of screwed. You know, where you need sustain. I think Cloud should have Carbuncle.
Alright, well then we'll just do it this way.
Then you maybe don't need the healing materia.
Yep, we'll do healing materia on Cloud, and then we're gonna do another thing that we're gonna do.
You could do Magnify Fire.
Gonna have barrier,
Barrier is really good.
and then we're also going to have.
I like doing warding linked with barrier, but you do not have to do that. It's just a combo that I really like.
Reduce debuff duration? Yeah, that's okay.
Warding makes you immune to... If you have a warding material maxed out, it makes you immune to certain status ailments. And that's why I like to put it on barrier, because any of the like, oh, you have less defense now, like those ones.
We're gonna put item master on as well.
Oh, that's not bad. That's actually not bad at all.
And then we need one more.
Elemental, you have 2 of them.
Yeah, I could do elemental, but I don't know if I want that, to be honest.
Or like I said, Magnify is also really good. Just make your fire skill or whatever magic you picked really good. You could still do Magnify Time. I'm
gonna do Steadfast Guarding, so that when I guard, I take less damage.
Yeah.
Alright, and then...
And Justice for Cactar.
We're going
So
to...
no blues on Cloud.
Nah.
Wow, okay.
I don't think the utility matters when it's a one-on-one fight.
Fair enough. That said, I bet you, number 1, you have 1 more weapon to get for him. And number 2, you'll probably get some accessories. You'll probably have 2 more materia slots by the end of the game.
Okay.
I can't remember exactly what you get, because I didn't mark down accessories to get.
Question.
Shoot.
Damn it, never mind. It already answers it for me. I could do elemental and ice, though. That's kind of a neat...
It's a lot easier than actually using ice.
Yeah.
Ice is really hard to use.
Ice fucking sucks. HP absorption was cool, but takes way too long to level up. I guess we just
Agreed.
go ahead and put revival back on you, and then we'll put the AP up next to it, just because there's nothing else I really need to do. Where is the AP up materia? There it is, right there. Okay, there we go. I think that's good enough. We'll save here.
I trust you. I will. You know what? I'm actually going to look up. I'm going to look up a couple of the last fights and make sure they don't have elemental immunities that are going to screw you over.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because there's 2 particular fights that are tough, and so I want to make sure they don't have like total immunity to 1 element or something like that.
Well, I don't have like I don't have it equipped for Cloud specifically. I
thank
just
God.
have
No one's in here.
I just have them.
That's fair.
equipped.
Love to show them what the ones down below look
Come on. Let's just find that duct.
Does this character have... Holy shit, hard mode's insane. But I guess they're expecting you to just like have everything maxed out.
Alright, looking for an air duct.
Would it be more
Right
fun?
there.
Michael, that depends.
Gotcha.
That depends.
Depends on if you want to make progress or not.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, this person doesn't have any.
Look, I'm
On guard duty.
right.
So, can I go with you? Don't want to be here any longer than I have to.
Why is
Yeah,
she
sure.
worried about just being in a men's restroom? I don't understand. Crawling in the air ducts, the air ducts, the air ducts. So yeah, in terms of the star thing, it was just a little weird. Maybe it'll be better, and then you have to actually do the boss fight of the team leader, which is neat. That car is a Pokemon, right?
Yeah, it either is a Pokemon or it's possessed by a Pokemon.
Yeah.
For all we know, it's just a Rotom.
Could just be a Rotom.
But also, I don't think so. I think it's going to be a new Pokemon. Or maybe it's Paldean Rotom.
Ooh.
And by the way, the materia here is, I think it's just an HP up.
Oh.
So it's not the most critical thing, but also, like, I'm pretty sure it's really obvious. You should just see it.
Okay.
I think you just have to, like, take one.
That's probably the women's restroom, I'm guessing. What happened? I don't want to interact with these.
You'll know.
Well, yeah,
I think you
it's,
mostly just hear small talk from
It's on the
people.
map.
Yeah.
I
So
interact.
you can
Depending on
listen.
the board's decision, we may
Yeah.
start 2 projects simultaneously, rebuilding the plate and the city. Members of the Urban Planning Division will likely take point on both. Direct.
Okay, yeah, you just hear some Pokemon. That's cool.
Yeah.
So, but a cool thing with some Pulling Your Life stuff is they have a TM machine. So, like, when you fight random wild Pokemon, they drop materials, and then now you can make any TM, it look like?
That's it. It probably means that TMs are breakable again.
Yeah.
But, like, so were TRs in Sword and Shield. I like the idea that some TMs are unbreakable, but, like, the really good moves are one-time use. I actually think that's a good balance change. Like, oh, you got the Earthquake TM? I guess every Pokemon that can learn Earthquake is just going to learn Earthquake now, because it's just going to be really good if you do that.
Yeah.
Whereas making Earthquake breakable, but making, like, Toxic indefinite, I think that's reasonable. So if they do something like that, where there's TMs and then there's still TRs, or they just make TMs breakable, but some of them are really easy to get and some of them are less easy to get.
The rails on this hallway are not great.
Yeah, going backwards in the ducts is weird.
It would help if he didn't have a giant fucking sword on his back.
Yeah, practically speaking, he probably shouldn't have that sword with him.
Like, jeez Louise.
But yeah, no,
This it?
I think that that's a technical machine. On one hand, ridiculous. On the other hand, how many people call it an ATM machine or
Yeah.
a pin number or a pin number? It's actually
My
really
own
appropriate.
eyes, sauntering down the corridor.
We don't have time for this nonsense.
He was as close to me as you are now. The shock of it made me spill my tea.
Enough already. If there are intruders in the building, my men will deal with them.
But, Mr. President, sir, I swear to you.
Reeve,
Sir, I have the damage assessment for Sector 7, and I'm afraid the figures are catastrophic.
spare us the doom and gloom. Was there anything else?
Well, sir, I've also drafted a
That will not be
reconstruction
needed.
plan for...
Not with the Ancient in our custody once more.
With respect, sir, I don't see
Two
how...
words, Reeve. Neo Midgar.
In their promised land, we will build a new Mako-powered metropolis.
Mr. President, we still don't know for sure that the Promised Land even...
Professor Hojo,
The test results were within expectations. The specimen is somewhat light.
God, they made him
compared to
ugly
her
as shit.
Blood mother, but for our purposes, she should more than suffice.
so she can lead us to the Promised Land?
Well, Mr. President, that remains to be seen. I would like your permission to secure her cooperation through more forceful means. Forceful, yet gentle. She is a precious resource that must be handled with care.
Sure.
Personally, I've never had a problem with torture.
My armory is at your disposal should you require anything.
I had something more psychological in mind. Better to scar the psyche than mar the flesh.
Proceed as you see fit. However, You will not make the same mistake twice. Is that clear?
If I may, Mr. President, I have an idea how we might mitigate the risks. Simply put, we could have the Ancient reproduce. In the absence of a second specimen, we would need to identify an alternative mate. I would start with candidates from Soldier. These would, of course, include S and G types. Quite frankly, there's no telling what kind of properties a crossbred specimen might possess. So...
They're gonna breed her!
If there is nothing else,
Mr. President!
meeting adjourned.
Please, sir!
Maybe consider Cloud as a candidate. I mean, might as well try.
Something stinks.
Why do they even keep Reeve around? I don't understand.
I don't.
It's one of my biggest questions. Like, they're all clearly evil.
Anything?
Why is Reeve there?
The man in the lab coat. Head of R&D. We follow him.
Okay. And then we kill the son of a bitch.
Agreed, we do kill
Not
him.
until he's led us to Aerith. That's the plan.
They enjoy tormenting him. Yeah, that's probably true. Operation Save Aerith.
Let's go.
Dun 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 dun.
And you're also you're good to go. There's nothing else in this chapter.
Except for fucking up a Hojo.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Walking the halls of this very building, who would have believed it? I wonder... Were I to arrange a face-to-face... How I should like to meet their offspring. But that can wait. First, we must have answers. A simple psychoactive agent should suffice. Nothing likely to cause any long-term damage.
Let's go.
Right.
Oh, good job, Barrett. You made it through. All right, now let's go smack a Hojo.
Let's do it.
Ooh, bench. I wonder why you're giving me a bench and a vending machine. And you're giving me mega potions? Shit.
We're in endgame now.
I wonder what the fuck's about to happen to me. Bench!
I love how easy it was for them to just sort of psychologically trick you into buying items by just having some of them be orange and discount.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Your brain just goes like, yes, please, and without even realizing it, they're forcing you to like stay stocked up on items.
2 antidotes? Uh-oh. He might poison. Oh my god, it's a wild pixie. How are you, my darling dear?
I mean, she asked you
I'm
or
not,
me maybe a question.
I'm not that cool. I just pretend to be cool. And so therefore it puts off this illusion that I am cool.
I remember going to a friend of mine's high school graduation, and he was a friend, but also a different friend's younger brother, so he was a few years younger than me. And I remember going to his high school graduation party, and there was a girl there who I did not know from high school, and she was like, "Oh my god, Joe?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, "How did you know so and so?" And I was like, "Oh, I mean, you know, like I know his brother." And she was, and I came to find out through her, she was like, "Oh my god, you were so cool in band and stuff." And I was like, "What? What do you mean?"
Lady, I think we have different definitions of cool.
Yeah, apparently the freshmen thought I was like genuinely. Apparently the freshmen in band thought I was so cool, and I just did not know. I was completely oblivious to this fact.
I was in way too many groups. I had the theater stuff. I had the choir stuff, and then you have the senior groups and all that. It's like I was in too much stuff to fucking worry about it. So I was just like, okay.
I had 3 friend groups, because if you count band, which was like half my friends in band were also friends from just being seniors as well as me or my age, and then I had a couple friends who were underclassmen, like 1 or 2 years younger than me, that I met through the Gifted program. But no, they were a cool group of kids that I was also friends with, and they were better friends to me than the people my age.
But how is Pixie doing? How is life? How is husband?
You must be the ones who've been stirring up trouble lately.
How did we go downstairs? We went upstairs and then back downstairs, and we're still on the 65th floor. How does that work out?
So, I can't imagine what business you have with me. The president's upstairs. Go on, shoot.
Shut up. Keep walking.
Man, they really made Hojo ugly as sin.
None of y'all better move a muscle.
I do like how he's confused.
Unlike you, I am less accustomed to physical violence.
You'll get used to it.
What is it that you want?
Our friend. She's in your lab.
Really?
Tell us where Aerith is.
Oh, so she's your friend. Well, well, well. In that case, yes, that might do the trick.
Mind speaking up, son?
It's nothing. Just imagining how she might react if I were to present to her your fresh corpses.
Little buggy guys!
I promise, you will regret this.
Release the crab! God, his face,
Did
man.
you put assess on anyone?
Yeah, Tifa's had it for a while.
Okay, she still does after the
Yeah.
a redo? Okay. Recognize it?
It's the Kraken.
It's a Mind Flare.
Oh, Lord. I am getting poisoned. They did give me antidotes, didn't they?
Yep. This is where warding on biomaterial would be good, because you would just be immune to it. Excuse me.
Ow. Alright. Let's go ahead and triple slash.
Yeah, get rid of the little guys.
Except when you get punched in the middle of your attack and it just completely stops you.
Yeah.
Bruh. I don't know why you have to be such a dick. Ow. Okay, let's, yeah. And then let's get this poison off of us, please. Resistant to thunder. Other than that, go ham, I guess.
Yep, no special staggering stuff, so just, probably break that claw.
Yeah.
Does the claw have its own effects?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, let me see if the claw does have its own.
I don't think you have to do it because you still have it says
No.
it's AOE now. But...
No, I'm trying to switch targets and it won't let me.
Okay. All right. Oh, interesting. It tells you what abilities it has. I don't think I ever actually bothered to look at that page. It'll tell you like, oh, this guy has a poison attack, or oh, this guy has an ice attack, or.
Oh no, he grabbed me. Stop with the poison, do a healing thing.
Can you magnify Cure?
I wouldn't see why you couldn't.
It doesn't make it AoE, does it?
Why would it not?
Well, because it would just make it better, so. But like, maybe it does make it better. Maybe it does make it AoE. Man, you did it. You just love doing overcharge with full ATB. I find it to be an absolute pleasure. It's okay. I swear to God, it's every time your ATB tops off, you're like, aha, perfect.
Yeah.
Time to overcharge.
It's very fun.
It's just like it's the worst possible time every time. I love it. Oh, he's sucking up the goo.
He has the goop. This man has the goop. Da-na, ba-da-na. What was that? What was that? What was that? Deja Vu Boy, thank you for the follow. Final Fantasy 15 is my first Final Fantasy game, but 8 holds something to me. I don't like 8. I'm sorry.
What? You have a new follower. You're supposed to love 8.
I mean, I love it. It's great. I love edgier, more emotional Cloud named Squall.
Oh my God, you're such a bad content creator.
Look, I'm unapologetically honest, and I don't really care.
I need to play more Final Fantasy games, but also I know that my hot take of if I had to pick another one up right now, it would be 13, which I know is not the most.
All right. Again,
not the most.
I don't mind 13. I think it's fine.
I know.
It's fine. It's fine. It's a fine game. I enjoyed it. If you ask Blah, he says it's a garbage game and should have never been created. I don't agree with that take. I think that's fine.
There we go. There we go. This is how we really become content creators. Is we stoke controversy in our chat and in our comments and in our and on our Twitters and everything. I'm gonna go top off my drink real fast. I'll be right back. I'm gonna keep my headset on and see if I stay connected. I just don't think that I will.
I do want to know how you thought of 15, if 15 was your first one. Lightning is poorly written. Lightning is just female Cloud. Of course she's poorly written. But you know who isn't poorly written? Saz. Saz is amazing. And Vanille and Fang are also great. I don't know if Tunnel Simulator is a fair criticism, to be honest with you. I don't think a game needs to be open world to be good.
Well, sadly, I can confirm I did not stay connected.
Oh, no, the main party leader died. Well, be game over. Yeah, you know what? We know what game also does that? Persona 5.
Oh, also many of the Fire Emblem.
Like, a lot of JRPGs do that. It's not my favorite mechanic, no, but it fucking happens, dog. Sorry.
Echoes is the one that is the biggest sinner, because Echoes was the first Fire Emblem game to basically build in an undo button. Where it's like, oh no, somebody died. In the old games, you just had to start the whole ass level over if you weren't willing to accept A character death?
Oh, it had like a turn rewind or a couple turn rewind.
You find Milla's turn wheel, which lets you you can rewind as much as you want, but only 3 times per battle. So maybe you rewind 1 action, maybe you rewind 7 turns. It doesn't matter, but you can only do it X number of times per battle. But in Echoes, which has this function, in Echoes, so anybody in the game is allowed to die except for Alm and Celica, because they're the 2 main characters, right? Anybody can die. If Alm or Celica die, you just get an instant game over, even though you have a rewind button. Like, it should just force you to use a rewind. Or at least prompt you, hey, your main character just died. Do you want to start the whole level over, or do you want to just rewind a couple of times? But no, just game overs you. I had that happen on the final boss level at the very end. I messed up and my main character died, and I had to redo the entire final level, even though I have rewinds available. Now, Three Houses also has a rewind, and they fixed it. If you die, you only get X number of rewinds, but also if you die, if anybody who is required to stay alive dies, it just says, time to rewind, and it just lets you choose how far back to rewind, which is the right way to do it. But boy, I tell you, I was mad. I was mad at the whole last level. It was a long level with like lots of reinforcements and new phases and stuff like that.
I also disagree that 15 has good characters. I think 15's characters are garbage. Everyone likes the guy who says new recipe. Other than that, like, you don't get very much out of the characters. That game has like 0 story. I am a big hater of 15, and that it is what it is. And I was super excited for it. I went to the midnight release. I got the strategy guide. I was very excited for it.
That was in the Olympians, right?
No, it was right afterwards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, 13 and 13.2 came out when we were... you might remember 13.2 when we did that.
I do remember watching you play 13.2. I didn't realize that was released. I thought that was like afterwards.
We still got a job to do.
Is Cloud's auto life about to trigger?
Yeah, already triggered.
Oh.
He did a big explosion attack.
I watched some of 15's gameplay because my husband played it, but I did not watch much.
I thought the four boys as bros was nicely done, but other than that, I thought that they were fairly boring. They had to give them individual DLCs to flesh out their stories. That tells me something.
Oh, the little guys are self-destructing.
Come on.
Man, it keeps fucking exploding.
It's not the little guys exploding?
No, it's doing a make-out explosion.
For what it's worth, I think this is actually the chapter 5, so this is meant to be like a genuinely hard fight.
It is kind of difficult, I agree.
Also, it's like so close to being dead.
I know, and I keep fucking hitting it and it won't die.
Throw grenades at it.
I did.
Okay. There you go.
Well, sorry, I threw a Mr. Cuddlesworth.
Oh, well, okay, fair. Yeah, you got some type of accessory, I know.
The talisman.
Yeah. Or maybe it had a stealable item that was interesting. I don't know.
That was interesting. Yeah, I thought 15... number one, I hated its gameplay. I thought the gameplay was trash. I thought Teleport Sword was garbage and kind of annoying. And I just... Obviously, I'm not a giant fan of action-based, but also trying to be role-playing games. Soundtrack's good. Yeah, I agree with that.
No action-based RPGs. And one of your favorite games is Horizon what now?
Yeah, but they do combat really well.
They do. I honestly, shit, man, I see so much Horizon stuff on Twitter these days. I'm like, I just want to go replay them both again.
Well, you might as well just wait for the remake that's gonna happen.
Well, that's still a rumor, and also there's probably still Forbidden West DLC coming soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll get to play again.
Whenever that happens, I'll get to play, and I'll probably do like a new game plus.
One of my favorite. I mean, I have 2 RPGs that are probably in my. Ooh, Red.
It's time, buddy.
Doggy boy.
It's time.
It's Red 13. Red is an amazing character in the original.
Aerith! Very impressive. I really must thank you for providing me such invaluable combat data.
Cocky little egghead, ain't you?
The results provided by my predictive models indicate that this force should be more than capable of handling you.
Y'all about to learn predictable.
We're taking Aerith back.
Oh, take her back, you say? Correct me if I am wrong, but did the girl not come here of her own free will? Or do you mean to tell me that she is your personal property?
Yes, that one.
She only came here to save Marlene.
I'm afraid you misunderstand. But I really can't be bothered to explain. This facility is home to extraordinary specimens that will change the world as we know it. Do try to be considerate.
Let me play as Red.
This is where Magnify Fire would be great. And these guys are all right next to each other.
God damn it. I meant to hit Maximum Fury.
Maximum Overdrive.
There we go.
Looks like your models got it
Maximum
wrong.
Fury killed 2.5 of those guys.
Yeah, I know.
An unknown variable, perhaps. Well, no matter. Reinforcements will soon arrive.
But will they get here in time to save you from me?
Oh, Cloud being edgy. Thanks, Cloud.
Hey, are you a soldier?
Yeah.
No, not quite. Oh, now I recall. My memory was mistaken. My boy, you weren't a soldier.
What? What is this fascinating phenomenon? What's happening? Where are you taking me?
Well, that's new.
To this time.
Cloud!
Barrett.
Got it. Stand back.
I would love that shooting door locks means everything opens.
You came for me!
Yep.
Absolutely, darling.
I'm great.
That bitch has a lightsaber.
Thanks for saving Marlene. I owe you one.
Save it for later.
That bitch got a lightsaber. And they do a lot of damage. What the fuck?
Still in it.
Jesus. Let's do Thunder. Yep. That do be the weakness. He used Overdrive. Let's use Infinity's End. Change to somebody else. Oh yeah, okay. He ejects, and then now he's this weird guy who is on roller skates? What the fuck?
I like how it's a robot inside another robot. Because I don't think that's a guy. Oh, well, I can't.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, it is a guy. I thought it was a humanoid robot, but it's a guy in more armor.
Which is very funny.
You need armor to be in your armor.
I love that the two other ones just stood there. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's like the Donald AI all over again.
The what AI?
Donald! Kingdom Hearts?
I don't. Okay, sure. I don't know that. I thought you were making a Reddit, the Donald Trump. I was like very confused.
No, Donald is like useless. Red! He's supposed to talk.
What the hell was that thing?
We need to go. Aerith!
He can talk, right?
Come on.
He better be able to talk, or I'm gonna be very upset with this game. I want my talking dog.
He's more of a cat than a dog.
He's like a hyena, yeah. Pretty sure he's just a hyena. He comes from a canyon.
What? You want to go?
Stop. This child's a friend.
This child. The cloud looked weird right there. That was odd.
So what the hell is it?
A fascinating question.
Oh, you sound great! Oh my god!
What it is. I am that which you see before you. Nothing more. I'd appreciate it if we simply left it at that.
Oh! Oh my god, Red, you sound so good. Oh my god.
13?
Oh.
Red 13. The designation given to me by Hojo.
Then you must have another name. What is it?
I don't think he tells you until you get to Cosmo Canyon.
So, we're gonna go get this son of a bitch.
Geneva.
Genova.
I know. It's the Geneva Convention, come on. The mother of the planet. He calls it. That's not right.
Mother, together we will reclaim our world.
There we go. Cloud has never called Genova mother ever.
Mother, they have come again.
That's Sephiroth. God, I'm so excited to hear Sid and Vincent. Fuck. God, I have to play all of these fucking games, Joe. God damn it.
I'm glad you like Red.
Red sounds incredible. Alright, they kept that pretty on point. No.
Cloud!
Of course, the girls scream Cloud. The goddamn Turks.
You know, Reno, I think you might be due for some R&R.
Nah, I'm good.
What are we going to do about Sector 7?
We are going to do nothing.
Been thinking, was all that necessary?
Had we refused, someone else would have completed the task. We have spared that someone the burden of a guilty conscience. Perhaps that will ease yours.
Yeah, nope.
Nope.
Let's try another tack then. They were a sacrifice to balance the scales.
Say what?
After everything we've taken from the planet, we were due to give something back.
Do you actually believe that?
Does it matter? Yes, understood. The VP needs us.
Deliverance from Chaos.
Chapter 17.
We have
thank
2 more
goodness.
chapters?
You're awake.
17 and 18.
Oh, one more. Okay, so technically Chaos.
Where are we?
Oh, Red's here.
When I was still a child.
Red's tail is perfect. Everything about Red is just phenomenal. Look at the pre-mural on the wall. Everybody left my party. Okay, you need a vamp for a second, Happy.
Oh, I was gonna tell you there's a purple chest you gotta get.
I
You're
saw
staring
it.
at. They make it pretty clear. Oh. Vamping. God, I'm terrible at vamping. I don't know why he tells me to do this. He doesn't realize that when he walks away, I completely fall apart. I don't know. How are things? You know, chat. Do that chat stuff. I know. I'm sorry, Michael. I can only do so much. I started going on walks every day. That's fun. It's been like, it actually might have been like 3 weeks at this point. Going on like 40-minute walks every day. That's been a nice change of pace. It's like 3 or 4 kilometers. Yeah, I already do a little bit of exercise, but going on a nice long walk has been good for me. Also getting outside every day. It's good.
Maybe you should rest a little longer.
I know, Michael. I'm sorry. Maybe this weekend. We're trying to prepare for a party.
Oh, I finished the story about Talia Rise. The first one. It was really good. It was a really good story.
I don't want
it was
you
a
to push
really
yourself.
fun game.
We're all worried.
God damn. I am excited to play the second one.
I am very glad for you. By the way, basically talk to everybody in this room, and then the party will figure itself out. But yeah, you still have to max out.
I gotta do like maids. I gotta do this. The middle rod still needed to be done. It was at 90%.
Yeah, I know. You weren't even done with it yet. You still, yeah.
Then the bladed staff, and then the reinforced staff.
You basically need to play as Aerith, by the way, as party leader for just like this entire chapter to make sure you get all that stuff done. So just get through these scenes, and then once the party's back together, blah blah blah, just play as Aerith.
We have so many things on.
Yes.
So much. Alright.
Oops, excuse me.
Magical attack power. Yeah. So yeah, finished Terroriza. Great story. Like fairly simple, but still like just a real feel good game.
Good.
Alchemy is incredible in it. It's so fun.
I haven't finished. I'm close to finishing a few different things, but I'm almost done with Mass Effect 3. We've been so busy. I've barely played video games these last 2 weeks, so I'm gonna finish Mass Effect 3. Hopefully, maybe even this weekend if I can get it done, and then I can maybe think about starting Last of Us.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna play. I want to play the remake because I've never actually played them. Only watched somebody else do it. And also, I don't know if I mentioned that I started Octopath Traveler again.
Nope.
But I'm making slow but steady progress. I'm basically getting on playing like one chapter of story and then putting it down for a couple of days. So there's no rush to do that one. That is just happening in the meantime between, when I've got other stuff going on. Yeah, Michael messaged me. He said he did start OG FF7.
Oh, you're on Condor. I hated for Condor. Excuse me. That's the only part of like 7 that like kind of annoys me, because if you forget to go back in part of 7 in Fort Condor, you don't get Phoenix, and so it fucks you if you forget to go back to Fort Condor. Other than that, it's actually kind of a fun little minigame. It's like a wave defense thing. You have there's like 3 lanes, and you have certain things you can send per lane or whatever. Fun little minigame. Pretty enjoyable. Pretty enjoyable little game. 7's good. I'm just more partial to 10, as it was my first one, and I like the story more. It's also more updated, just in general. But 7, OG 7 is still good. Like, I can't deny that it's good.
Arcane Scepter has 6 materia slots.
Yeah,
that's so good.
Also reduced spell casting and stuff too, which is crazy.
It doesn't actually have very good stats. Like your attack and your magic are both really low.
But well, I need to I have the boosts. There's 16 like right here, just sitting here. As soon as I get more SP.
I can't tell how. Oh, I think SP is covered up by our cameras.
Yeah, I have 11 SP left.
Okay.
And there's another 7 there, so there's 15 plus 8. So,
yeah.
I mean, there's a decent amount. Plus, there's getting boosts from all of here.
Yep.
Damage boosts for fire, element, whatever have you. So there's a decent amount of damage on the.
I mean, technically speaking, my first Final Fantasy game was World of Final Fantasy, and then after that was 10, and then.
Well, Final Fantasy is good.
It's so good. More people should play that game.
So
we both agree on that. World of Final Fantasy is a brilliant game that more people should play.
I 100% agree. I wish more people would play it, because
it just slid under a lot of people's radar.
I would like another one like it. I thought it was a very fun.
I wouldn't even mind it. Shit, I wouldn't mind a direct sequel. I really love those characters.
I wouldn't either. I think it would be fun.
I like Lon and Rain. They're really good characters.
I really do.
It was actually really nice to play an RPG, a JRPG even. There's 4 characters in that game, right? There's Lon, Rain.
I mean, in terms of like your main.
No, even I guess there's a lot of NPCs.
Yeah, there's a ton of NPCs.
But like, none of them join your party.
No, like Cloud and.
Yeah, they all show up.
Tifa and all them. I'm trying to think of the fucking Night Girl's name, and I can't think of her goddamn name right now.
Night Girl.
Starts with a C. It's like CLE something. What's her? It's not Celeste.
I think it is Celeste.
Is it Celeste?
Or, no, it's just Celeste.
Yes, that's what it is.
CELES.
Yes.
Celeste.
She's she's in there. Tara's in the game.
But like they each get like a scene or two and then they're done.
Yeah.
Whereas you get Lon, Rain, Tama, and then eventually, mild spoilers, Owen. But even like what Lady what's her name? Course?
Oh, the girl pulling, like the head girl that's pulling on the string type thing.
God.
Yeah. You do find that out. They like, she's like, yeah, by the way, this is my world. They're like,
yeah.
Excuse me? What?
Yeah, but it's Rain, Lon, Tama, and then
that's
Alan
really
later.
All you need to know.
And then that's it.
Yeah.
Like those are the only characters you get.
Excuse me, you forgot the most important character, Chocobocolina. How dare you?
Chocobocolina is really fun. Is she from another game? Is there
13-2.
13-2. That makes sense why she's like a time traveler, interdimensional character.
Yeah, she's your shopkeep in 13-2.
Right, which is why they did it in this, because you're also just like traveling between dimensions and shit.
She's good. I like Chocobocolina.
Mithril Rod has a lot of magic attacks.
Yeah, it does.
Holy cow.
He's a big rod.
But yeah, no. World of Final Fantasy is just so good. Corbin, you've been digging Pokemon and you like Final Fantasy. Have you played World of Final Fantasy?
Let me introduce you to a game called World of Final Fantasy.
Like,
if you played Final Fantasy games, you're gonna play them again, but shorter and condensed and way more fun.
We've been talking about this, but like for real, like genuinely,
so fucking good, dude.
It's really good.
It has sphere grid.
We did not. Spoil anything.
No.
You have no idea. Oh my god, you have no idea.
No, the game's so good. God damn.
Yeah, Corbin, genuinely, if you've been digging Pokemon, you like Final Fantasy.
It's so good.
You really need to look into World of Final Fantasy. There was a big version called World of Final Fantasy Maxima that included like there was some free DLC and there was some like New Game Plus or something like that. They added a couple little bells and whistles over time, and Maxima includes it all and some extra content.
My mom and I stayed here years ago when I was
World of
just a
Final
little
Fantasy
girl.
is a good game.
It's very fun.
It's very good.
It's very fun.
Don't scare us like that, man.
And Maxima is actually challenging if you do like the New Game Plus extra stuff.
I technically never finished Maxima. I actually got really close. I finished the original and I platinumed it. I technically never finished Maxima when I went to play it again, but I got really close.
I don't want you to push yourself.
I got distracted by something.
I don't know what
I'm
I'm missing for the platinum on World. I'd have to go look. I didn't think it was that much. I thought I finished all the trial things, but I could be out of my mind. What am I doing?
I think you just need to talk to everybody.
I'd walk past them. Oh, I have to talk to her again. Okay, there we go.
Every morning, they'd come and
They want you to like take in the mural and just like really, yeah.
Aerith, before we break out of here, talk to us. There's so much we don't know.
I'm a descendant of the ancients. That's pretty much it, really. Oh, but just so you know, that's not their actual name. They called themselves the Cetra.
We who were born of the planet, with her we speak, her flesh we shape. Unto her promised land shall we one day return. By her loving grace and providence, may we take our place in paradise.
You know it.
Yeah, well, honestly, I thought that part was just a fairy tale.
Shinra thinks it's true. They've been searching for the Promised Land for a long time.
And they must think you can lead them to it. Can you?
Nope. Someday, maybe, I'll find it in me. But now, not even if I wanted to.
Even if you could, that land belongs to the... I mean, to you and your people. Shinra's after it because they believe it's rich in Mako. Mako they've got no right to claim. But they'll try to take it anyway, won't they?
They really made
Greedy
Aerith just
bastards
super
will never
cute and
stop.
innocent. They nailed the aesthetic.
Okay, new plan. Y'all take Aerith and get the hell out of here. Me, I'm gonna go bust some Shinra heads.
Barrett, wait. You can't do that.
Oh, great. These assholes again. Probably some Shinra science experiment.
She finally gonna explain that they're...
Whispers. Perhaps best described as arbiters of fate. They are drawn to those who attempt to alter destiny's course and ensure they do not.
Like capital D? Destiny?
The fuck?
The
Tifa,
flow
what does
of
that
the great
mean?
river that is the planet, from inception to oblivion.
And you're saying that that flow is somehow fixed?
Yes, for it is the will of the planet itself.
So if we're destined for a bleak future, these whispers will try to keep us on that course? Now wait just a damn minute. How in the hell can you possibly know any of that? Spouting that cryptic stuff, which could all be bullshit. I mean, ain't you a Shinra lab rat or dog?
You will not disrespect
Another rat
13 ever again.
When Aerith reached out to me, I found this knowledge of the Whispers.
Listen to me. Please.
Aerith.
This is Shinra spy.
The Shinra
How
Electric
dare
Power
you?
Company isn't the real enemy. It started with them, sure, but I promise you, there's a much bigger threat. I just want to do everything in my power to help. All of you. And the planet.
Aerith, what are you not telling us?
I'm lost in a maze, and every step is taking me further from the path. Every time the whispers touch me, I lose something, a part of myself. Follow them, the yellow flowers.
It's okay. We'll find a way out together.
Okay.
Weird.
So here's what I've been waiting to say.
There you are.
Oh, wait, never mind. Hold on.
Man? Hey guys, long time no see.
Wedge?
Wedge is alive.
You shouldn't be up and moving.
I'm feeling much better thanks to Elmira's cooking. But that's not what I wanted to talk to you about. Listen, any moment now.
What was that? An explosion?
HQ's running the show this time. They're raising hell to try and flush out the president. This complicates matters. That explosion just now put the whole building on high alert.
So now we're trapped in here?
No need to panic, little lady. See? You can still move freely within Hojo's laboratory. Find a way to the roof. An avalanche chopper will come to extract you.
HQ's bailing us out? I doubt it. Not after all the shit we've pulled.
I asked them really nicely. Like super duper nicely.
Thanks, Wedge.
Just get to the roof, okay?
I didn't ask him to do any of that.
Yeah, well, I'm glad he did.
Kitty!
I'm gonna still chew him out for it later.
All right, so what have you been...
So, I think Red 13 just gave us the whole bag, so to speak. Have you noticed when the Whispers showed up? And when they didn't show up?
I mean, they show up with Aerith.
But not just Aerith. For example, before the second reactor job, they're arbiters of fate, seeking to maintain the flow of fate and destiny, right?
Right.
Cloud wasn't supposed to be on that second job. But the Whispers showed up, and they made sure that Jesse got hurt. So that Cloud had to be on that job. The Whispers showed up during the accidental meeting between Cloud and Aerith at the very beginning that doesn't normally happen, and quickly separated them.
Interesting.
Are you starting to see?
I don't like it.
The Whispers are here every time you're like, this is new. It's always been to put us on the right path again. It's always been to keep things moving the way they should have been the whole time, but they weren't.
That's dumb.
Isn't that interesting, though?
I hate it, though. Is the problem.
In other words, the original game may well be required reading to understand what the fuck is going on in this game.
Fucking apparently. Holy shit.
Right? I have more to say on this matter. But Red, I think, and this is the theory I've seen online, Red just gave you the whole thing. He just gave you the answer to the problem. What's the deal with these weird ghost things?
They're just there to alter time? Or alter fate?
It's not about altering, it's about maintaining.
That's
They're trying to make sure
strange, dog.
That even in a different world where things are slightly different, they still are trying to make sure things are happening the same way.
Wacky tobacco. If you
Let's
ask
see.
me.
They show up when Jesse is injured, and they are the ones that injure Jesse and ensure that Cloud has to go on the job. They show up when Cloud and Aerith meet. They show up.
The planet. He just said it. He just said it's the will of the planet.
Yeah. They show up.
They are the will of the planet.
They show up in the church after Cloud falls and fights with Reno, and ensures that Reno can't catch them. Like
That's okay. You're fine.
It separates them, and ensures that even though that it was like a good fight or whatever, it ensures that Reno doesn't take either of them away. And they ensure that Aerith and Cloud get away together. They show up. Where else? They don't show up during any of the wall market stuff because that stuff is like largely unimportant / happens the same way. Any other times they show up?
Alright, playing as Tifa, what the fuck do we have to do, though?
You need to set Aerith, because like I said, you have 3 different weapons to max out.
I meant as Aerith. I just don't know what I have to do again.
You have 3 different weapons, they all have different requirements, so you'll have to figure that out.
I just don't remember. First, it hits multiple increases strike a staggered enemy. Alright, that's not bad.
With Ray of Judgment. That's
yeah. And then strike an enemy for the magic shield.
Yeah, the magic shield is like a rotate. It's kind of like the thing in Hollow Knight.
And then conjure a ward. That one's gonna be easiest. Just conjure a ward, just in general. Okay.
Yeah, that one I don't remember actually using that one, but yeah, you just have to use the skill. But yeah, the idea is allies within that ward like get like a refund on their ATB, but it comes from Aerith's ATB or something like that. But yeah, anyways. Whispers as arbiters of fate. That's the thing. that you now need to have in your mind for the rest of the game.
That's weird though, because that was
it?
not in the other game at all.
No, exactly. This is, yeah. We'll talk about this more as the game progresses.
They're trying to make sure Aerith fucking dies. Can't be doing this to me.
We gotta get to the roof, right?
It doesn't matter. I have red,
I
so
have theories. There are theories.
I have red, so I don't care about anything. I got my hyena dog. I just do not.
But I wanted to interject. I think of him as a mountain lion, not as a hyena. I think of him as a mountain lion or a puma, whatever.
He's a hyena, I believe, because he lives in a pack.
Yeah. Yes, Michael. Yes. I guess okay. Mountain lions don't live in packs.
Right.
I don't think they do.
I don't think so. They don't live in a pride like.
That elevator. Was it this way?
Hello.
Yes. His odor
What's
still
up?
lingers.
You can walk. You can all. Jaden, stream loves you. Look at Jaden's hair. It's kind of not the color that it's supposed to be, but it still looks really good.
It's blue, green.
It is. They tried to go for green again, but it wound up.
It's literally the same dye.
It's the same dye, but the way the hair bleached and stuff, it wound up being blue.
I like the blue.
Back there.
Andrew says he really likes the blue.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We have Red 13.
I see where you are at the story.
Mm-hmm.
That's a creepy hand.
Creepy hand, indeed.
Oh, it's another experiment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, now we're into the real thick of it. And Red officially talked about the arbiters of fate. So it's all starting to come together.
So go give him one already.
Way ahead of you.
Michael, okay. It's less that Jaden needs to force me to finish Xenoblade 3, and more that me that needs to force Jaden to finish Xenoblade 3. And I mean that with all the love in the world. We're really busy right now. It has nothing to do. We both really want to play. We just are both really busy. Yeah, sorry, Michael. I'm not gonna sit here and shit talk my spouse on chat, but it is more that
I will finish the goddamn game, Jaden.
Chat will defend you. You don't need any help.
I can also.
Let me see how far should I turn this? No, I can't. I really need to get some external speakers for my computer so that when Jaden shows up, I can at least have him hear. Because I either have to put my headset down.
Go on.
Oh, you can? I'll turn it up so that even if it's too loud for me. I mean, yeah, but you can come back afterwards.
This might be it.
True. I also might shower before bed tonight. I was a little sweaty on the walk. Yes, Michael. Really, we're working. Like I said, we're trying to figure out if we can do this last Ascension quest, and if we can't or it's too hard, we're just gonna skip it and go do the story.
What the hell, Red?
There's a chance we could beat it this weekend.
Oh, I like Red in this. Oh, they make him so good. He's such a fun character in the other one. He's like your blue mage. Red mage?
Blue Mage in Xenoblade 3 is so much fun. It's actually a really, really good class.
He learns Magic Missile like pretty early once you get him, and it's like a really strong move for a while.
Michael, I don't know if you've messed with the Blue Mage class very much, but it's busted.
Yeah, he's that thing.
Yeah. In Xenoblade 3, Blue Mage you have so many really good abilities that you can get. It's sure seems to me like it's the best class, other than that one support class, which just is so good at being support that if you just put a couple of them on your team, you do really good. But then also the Blue Mage class, when you play them, your damage output is just asinine. It's really crazy.
All right, now I got to do the ward thing.
Huh? The cold front? Yeah, I'm sure it is. If
it's
anything,
probably
actually,
pretty chilly out there.
Would you help me out and open my window a little bit to cool it off in here? But yeah, Xenoblade 3's I do the top. So just pull the blinds up. Yeah, the Blue Mage in Xenoblade 3 is really, really, really fun. Michael, I've also only used it as an attacker. I would like to try the other versions of it, but it's really, really good. It's comfortably the most damage output that we have compared to any other class, by a wide margin. That would be really fun, actually, Michael.
Oh, have you guys seen the edit? We haven't talked about the Mario trailer at all.
No, we haven't talked about Mario yet.
But have you seen the trailer of people editing Bowser and then saying "fuck off" when the penguins are like, "Do you yield?"
We need to get to the roof.
It's very funny.
God.
Oh, there you are.
Oh, you're sweaty.
That's why I had you open the dang window, dude.
Look at that. She's the same. I like Jack Black as Bowser. I thought it was great.
I believed in him from the get-go.
Me too. Genova. Ah, there he is. Now this is part of the other game.
Together, we will reclaim our world.
I'm sick of this.
Yep, this is in the other game.
I'm sick of all of this. Cloud?
Oh, it's actually it is a cat. Well, I mean, hyenas are closer to felines than dogs. I always thought of him as a hyena. Can everybody see him or just Cloud?
Tell me, is it really you?
Your sword is huge.
Don't deny me. Embrace me. A touching reunion.
You said the thing! I'm not smelly, how dare you? That was very rude of you. I smell fine. Oh, wait. Yeah, I smell fine.
Very, very good. And thus is the hypothesis proven correct.
So that was a real Sephiroth, huh?
I can only hope you will continue not to disappoint.
The story's good. Battle system's meh.
Things are getting weird.
Things are getting a little weird. This is the solo Cloud portion of the game.
It is not a solo Cloud portion in this game.
I'm solo Cloud right now.
I'd better hurry.
Cloud, why are you solo? Where's your harem?
Just keep going.
Go get your ladies.
This is the long chapter. This is the one that's just like exhausting.
Go get your ladies.
Pods? Guess I can use these.
Boop boop boop.
Yeah. Explore the side paths and things, but like otherwise,
as you do, you know, one does not just wander around and not explore the side paths.
There is a Cloud weapon in this chapter that we will need to go get.
Not bad.
Yay! Oh, nothing there.
And the last weapon's really cool. It's really good.
Yeah. So, Joe, what are your opinions on the Mario trailer?
Wow, you just walked by a side path that you said you were going to explore.
What are you talking about? This right here?
No, back away. Oh, no, okay. Maybe this is what I was thinking of. I thought you walked by another gap in the fence, but maybe it wasn't the one. Oh, is that the time materia?
Poison.
Oh, I didn't even mark that one. There's a time materia
Poison one.
somewhere.
What do you mean gap in
here.
the fence? What are you talking about?
It was back to. I thought there was a gap.
There's
in the
these
fence.
little
Let out.
things. There's these little guys right here that I walked past and saw them.
It must have been
There's
those. I thought there was
this.
a gap. Never mind. You're good. You're good. You're good.
I can see
Yeah.
the map. You can't.
I know. There is a time materia in this section.
Look.
Need a hand?
And you need to look
Thanks.
for
red.
Level 3, Passage C.
This immediately just pisses me off.
I know.
They should have made him a character. Why?
I know. You're just gonna have to be okay with it, unfortunately.
I'm not though. I'm not okay with it. I want to play as Red. Yeah, he's just a guest character at the moment.
Okay. Yeah. Where are the others?
Yeah.
Let's go.
God, he sounds good. He looks good. I am very pleased with Doggo. I mean, canonically not a Doggo, but
It's a Catboy.
yeah. As I said, I mean, Doggo's just easier to say than hyena, but
Then call him a Catboy. That's what he is.
I mean,
It's okay if you like a Catboy.
I guess. I guess.
What is it?
Or he's like a boy cat. One of the two.
Cute kitty baby.
If we flip that switch,
I don't know
we
about
can get
that.
to the other
I wouldn't
side.
say that.
I may be able to do that.
You sure?
Yes.
He just hangs on the lever.
Yeah.
His body.
It's just cute.
Oh my god. He's so well done. Love it. Alright. Let me get my chapter stock of items. Bench!
Dang, my to-do list is so short now.
Bench!
I've done so much of it.
Yeah, I'm a pro gamer, if you didn't know. I pro the games.
You just pro gamer, he says as he walks by destructible crates that drop items.
But they don't drop anything useful!
They drop Moogle medals.
We can't go back to the Moogle medals?
you can't spend them anymore. It drops. They also just restore your MP. They just like give you MP.
All right, we're gonna start back over. Ready?
Okay? It's past the bench.
Yeah, no, we're gonna.
Past the bench. Wow, you walked by them again. You're turning that corner way too fast. It's between the bench and the big stairs.
Oh my god, that was so worth the high potion. Oh
Yeah.
no. It's true, I don't need to restore MP. I did use bench.
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 I'm watching Let's Plays has just taught me just like how many things people miss in games because people just like don't pay attention to the game they're playing, and it's insanity. Like, what? Why are you here? You're not paying attention to the game. You're not reading the text. You're not what? You're just. What are you doing here? What are you doing here? That said, I've been watching. There's a YouTuber who I watched a few of his other Let's Plays. He did like blind playthroughs of a bunch of Zelda games, but the whole thing was that he played Breath of the Wild as his very first Zelda game. He had never played any of the other games, and it's just because he never had them as a kid or whatever. And then he felt like he couldn't join. He felt like, well, there's just so many of them. Like I can't play them now, right? Like,
yeah, you can always play them.
But the thing is, especially Breath of the Wild's a great entry point into Zelda. Because it really does not require any context whatsoever. Even less than any other Zelda game. Except for maybe Ocarina of Time, right? And so, as he was getting close to finishing Breath of the Wild, he decided to start, and almost every Zelda game, he's still working through a couple of them. But I'm watching a blind playthrough. Corbin, the fact of the matter is, Breath of the Wild doesn't hit home for some people, but it hits home for most people, and for those people, it tends to hit home. I recognize that it doesn't hit home for everybody, but for most people, it's actually and not only a good game, but it's an amazing game and a great entry point to the series. You don't have to agree with that. You don't have to vibe with it. Like, that's 100% okay. But most people do click with Breath of the Wild, especially if they've clicked with any other Zelda games, or if they will click with other Zelda games. Again, everyone's experience is different. I'm not going to tell you it's wrong. I'm just saying.
But you're wrong, is what he's saying.
I'm the only thing that's wrong is that it's a bad choice for a first entry. I'm not saying that you're wrong to not enjoy it or not enjoy it as much as other Zelda games. That's fine. But anyways, I'm watching a blind playthrough. I'm sorry, Corbin. I can't tell. It's chat. I take everything too seriously. But I'm watching a blind playthrough of Ocarina of Time. Which
Corbin has to be my favorite fucking chat member.
Wow! Everybody else in chat
He's so funny sometimes. He just knows. He knows
everybody else.
Well, Kitty's not here right now. She doesn't do very much at the moment because she's a busy lady.
Always here. She's lurking. And she's still hurt.
She knows. She does this thing where she can say one line and it just like pisses everybody off. Corbin does the same shit and it fucking makes me happy.
Anyways, I'm watching a blind playthrough of Ocarina of Time. It is wild to see somebody surprised by the events in Ocarina of Time because it's like it's so iconic, right? It's Ocarina of Time. So for somebody to be like, oh my god, Link just got older?
Yeah.
Or for somebody to be like, wait, this princess lady in Jabu Jabu's belly, I have to carry her around?
Yes.
It's so funny to watch somebody go through those, especially as an adult, right?
Welcome to hell.
Yeah, he really did not like Jabu Jabu's belly, and I don't blame him.
No one likes Jabu Jabu's belly.
It's so much worse than the water temple. People bitch about the water temple. Jabu Jabu's belly is far worse.
I don't think I agree with that.
We just gotta roll with it.
I cannot wait for that moment because he also doesn't know that. He played through most of Breath of the Wild. Fun fact, Breath of the Wild doesn't really talk about the Triforce very much.
Not even a little bit.
This guy is a GameStop employee, and in the bit early on where the Great Deku Tree tells you about like the lore, he tells you about the Triforce, this guy who has worked at GameStop for years is like, I always saw these triangles on Twin Stinger. That's the weapon. We got it. That's the last weapon for Cloud. Equip it. It's edgy McEdgerson. It's the edgiest weapon.
It definitely is. Holy shit.
It's fun weapon. It is more equally distributed between magic and attack than hard edge, which hard edge is like physical attack almost exclusively. So it may very well be the weapon you settle on. I wound up settling on hard edge because I didn't really build Cloud as a caster. But if you want him to cast, you probably should consider using the Twin Stinger. But it's very, very cool. Anyways, yeah, number one, watching somebody have all these realizations and do all this stuff for the first time as an adult, great. But he was like a GameStop employee, and he saw the sequence where they tell you about Din and Nehru and Furore, and he was like, the Triforce! I always saw those triangles on all the merch at GameStop, and I never knew what they meant. I never knew what they were. And so for somebody to like not know what the Triforce is, but be an avid gamer is just wild to me. Right? I mean, it's not just that he doesn't know; it's that he's like a dedicated. I'm a gamer. I play games. I stream for a living, but like he doesn't know what the Triforce is.
What is he a GameStop employee?
Huh?
I thought you said he was a GameStop employee.
He is.
That's what he does for a living.
Well, he does that and he streams now. He's a DB geek for those who whatever. Fun stream. He's a fun guy. I like watching his streams. And I really like his YouTube content. It's really funny and it's really enjoyable to see somebody. One of the things I like about him is he makes a point of being really positive all the time. So he's constantly being like, "Oh my god, the music in this area is so good," or "Oh my god, this area is so pretty."
I would get
It could be a little annoying, but
well,
it's so much better.
Buddy, have opinions other than yes.
I like somebody who orients themselves around being a positive person, and so he is just constantly saying, he's constantly drawing attention to the things that are making him happy in the game, and I appreciate that. But he's also done some Xenoblade stuff. That's
This
how I initially found him.
looks like garbage.
I know. If you've been paying attention in all my memes I make, they're playing it in New Game Plus, and this is the sword that Cloud always has. I actually usually try to make sure it's not visible.
This
but yeah.
sword looks like shit.
It's so Mall Ninja nonsense.
It's so dumb.
Yeah. It's very, very silly. I think the hard edge looks much better. But no, like I said, watching somebody...
The ladies!
Yeah! Now you're introduced to the gimmick of this chapter.
Oh no.
Which is going back and forth between the guys and the girls. I don't think they're switching yet, but yeah, this chapter is about alternating between Barrett and Cloud and Tifa and Aerith.
Alright. Because I can't fucking play as Red!
Nope. But Red bounces back and forth, that's the thing. Red accompanies, like, everybody. And so you'll alternate between groups, but Red will wind up being in both groups. He's with you the whole time. But yeah, somebody seeing stuff like discovering that if you attack chickens in a Zelda game, they attack you. Like, somebody learning that completely naturally. He just attacks a chicken and then suddenly gets fucked.
What you're doing is like experiencing the sitting around a console with your friend from down the street, because that's the only way you fucking learned how to make friends was you rode the bus together, saw that they got off or on at the same time as you or down the street from you. You're sitting around playing a game with that friend and you go, "Oh my god, I hit that chicken and I was trying to kill me."
Yeah, Corbin, I don't know either. But he was a big Final Fantasy kid. He talks about how he had PlayStation. PlayStation was his one thing, and then he briefly did some. When he got into streaming, he did some Xbox stuff. He did like Halo and Gears of War, and then somebody finally convinced him, like, "Hey, Breath of the Wild is a good entry point for Zelda. If you finally are actually curious about Zelda, you know, Breath of the Wild is as good a place as any to start." And so he fell in love with the game and then committed to being like on stream. He's like, "Okay, I'm gonna play every Zelda game on my stream." And so at this point he's done everything other than the NES games. And he's still Skyward Sword's on the to-do list. He's about to start Spirit Tracks. And I don't think he's done Link Between Worlds.
I'm afraid not.
But otherwise, he's now played every Zelda
until we indulge his request for data.
Hojo wants to experiment on us.
I'm pretty sure I saw a door to one upstairs somewhere. So, you want to check it out?
Skyward Sword is not a perfect game. I like a lot of what it does. And because I try to orient myself around positivity,
Thanks. We will.
I think Skyward Sword is another game of high highs and low lows. There's some problems with Skyward Sword.
Roger that.
Back in my day, once day on a refresher written. Oh, the pad days. Oh god.
You think
Fire
Cloud's
Emblem
doing
Heroes
okay?
went through a similar
He's
situation.
been acting really weird lately. More than usual.
True.
But yeah, no.
But it's Cloud. I'm sure he'll be fine. But
Yeah,
what
now
about
you get to
Tifa?
play. Make sure you're.
How are you
I don't know if
liking
your party leader gets janked in this section, so I don't know if you're set as Tifa or Aerith.
Oh, that's a good.
I just don't know in this section because your party switches around a lot. Holy cow! It's gonna be even cooler tomorrow. It's gonna be 59 tomorrow.
It's gonna be a chilly little Billy.
21 degrees colder than today.
Chilly little Billy.
I know.
I might have to put my thermostat on mixed mode.
Huh? You told me it was gonna be 69.
I guess this has to be the third ward.
You said 69.
No, but
He
it
said
is.
69.
There has to be something we can do. Let's look
You
around.
never listened to me.
You said 69.
No, I didn't.
You said 69 because I
wanted
said...
to hear 69.
No, but then I said it was going to be 64, and you were like, and I was like, it's going to be cooler than you thought. And you were like, yeah.
You wanted to hear 69? Don't we all, Jaden? Don't we all?
God damn it.
Oh
Anyways,
my fucking
Corbin,
god.
Skyward Sword.
So good.
The only thing I'll say about Skyward Sword is...
Don't listen to him, Corbin.
Jesus Christ, Jaden. Is Skyward Sword is not a perfect game, especially the intro is probably the slowest of any Zelda intro, except for maybe Ocarina of Time, depending on where you draw the line at intro. Because for Ocarina of Time, is the intro just the Deku Tree, or is the intro all of Child Link? But Skyward Sword has a bit of a slow start, and for some people, like Titus here,
Hi.
he could not get past the intro.
I do not have enough time. I do not have enough time for a game to take fucking forever to start.
Someday, I think I'll get him to play Skyward Sword, maybe even on this channel. It's just going to be a little while.
You know what's great about Twilight Princess? It goes.
It does. No, so a lot of people say that Twilight Princess drags up until Arbiter's Ground. Some people think that everything prior to Arbiter's Ground is incredibly boring, which I disagree with hardcore.
I disagree with.
I think Ordon Village is pretty slow. The very first temple.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but you immediately go to a temple.
You get to a temple really fast.
Fucking Skyward Sword, you do a lot of shit before you get anywhere.
I know, Michael. Xenoblade 1 is higher priority than Skyward Sword. And I think I could sell Titus on Xenoblade 1. I'm working on it. It's a long con.
Wait, we have to go to the center terminal.
I don't remember if you have to switch or not.
I just have to go this way.
Yeah. But no, anyways, Skyward Sword, I think Skyward Sword is...
Here's the loading zone that they don't show you.
Broadly speaking, I think Skyward Sword is a pretty good game. But I don't think it's a great game. That said, I think Skyward Sword has some really good moments, but also some really bad moments. Such as the Monsters, Inc. boss.
Yeah, he literally is just a Monsters, Inc. boss that just walks forward.
And flying, I will say this. Here's one thing I will say, genuine hot take. A lot of people complain about the motion controls. I have watched a few different Let's Plays, or at least highlights videos of Skyward Sword HD, and all of them are like, okay, I'm not doing motion controls because motion controls suck, right? Every single one of them switches back to motion controls because they are implemented better, and I think in part that is because the Switch Joy-Cons are not connected.
We should let Cloud know.
And so while I understand some people's aversion to motion controls, especially with Skyward Sword if you've played it before, the fact that the Joy-Cons don't have a cord running between the two of them, I actually think is a huge difference because it allows you to hold your hands and do the motion controls far more naturally than the Wiimote and Nunchuck ever did, and they're more receptive to your specific motion prompts. Again,
all right.
Some people won't like motion controls.
Make our way to the central terminal.
Ever.
Sit tight until
but
you hear from us.
every video I saw that was like trying to not do the motion controls in Skyward Sword, the Switch is just better at doing the job, and it turns out the motion controls are just the better for the stuff they're wanting you to do in that game.
Really? So the Switch is the better way to play it, huh?
Well, no, it's not. Well, yes, but also the motion controls on Wii just are not implemented as well as the motion controls on Switch. The Switch has better gyroscopes, and also the two controllers don't have to be connected.
Yeah.
And so you can do things like Shield Bash is literally just this motion, you just punch it with your left hand.
Pretty cool.
And it's very natural. And the sword slashes in the like, you know, however many specific directions. It's just the 4 cardinal directions and then the other 2. It's 8 total directions, right? You don't actually... You have 1-to-1 for motion, but for attack, so it's only 8. Plus stab, which is 9. But, like, trying to do that with the joystick, which also removes one of your camera joysticks, is just way worse. than doing the...
Please.
then just going like, dink,
lock onto the one behind me, please.
and then specifically stabbing is also significantly easier with the motion controls because you just shut your arm forward. So with Joy-Cons, it's actually if you're gonna play Skyward Sword, I would say play HD and use the Joy-Cons and just be willing to give the motion controls a chance because they're genuinely better than people give them. A lot of the people are shit-talking it based on the Wii implementation, which was there, but in the Switch, it turns out it is actually better. So, I'm glad they implemented non-motion controls because it's an accessibility thing, right? There are plenty of people that can't do the motion controls, so it's good for them to have an alternative. But the motion controls are better. It's the same way in Breath of the Wild. Hot take: using the gyro controls to aim your bow in Breath of the Wild, way more accurate than using the joystick. It's
yeah, but I would suck with them.
Simply holding the button to draw your bow and then moving your controller just like a little bit is way more accurate than using the joystick.
Yeah.
There's an archery minigame in Breath of the Wild, which is genuinely really hard, but it is significantly easier because it's a horseback riding thing, where the idea is you let your horse just run the path, and then you just have to do the bow, and you just let the horse do your thing. So doing the gyro controls allows the horse to just walk the path, and then you can then interact with things as you need to. Anywho, that was a long-winded explanation. Watching somebody blind play Ocarina of Time is really fun, because watching them be surprised.
Never heard someone use so many words for so little.
That's what I...
You haven't met Joe, have you?
Tell them to be careful. Very careful.
Oh my lord. Yeah, so Mario.
Tifa. We accessed the central terminal.
I think it looks good.
I think it looks good.
I think Mario sounds fine. I think people...
Yeah, I think it sounds fine.
That said, I also think that they picked a really bad set of dialogue. It's clear that he's doing some kind of accent.
Yeah, he has something going on, but it's
just
not like...
very clear in that specific video.
He has like 2 or 3 words that he says.
Yeah. We had a whole long talk about this, and Titus, I don't know if you were able to catch up on the Skype chat today, talking about the isekai problem.
Yeah, he says something about where am I, and then Toad's like, to the Mushroom Kingdom or whatever, and it's like,
right. How
does Toad know Mario if...
I think they skipped ahead past introductions.
Oh, okay.
But then also, I think it is an isekai.
I think it is too.
But here's the thing. Unlike the 90s Mario movie, where it was an isekai from, like, real-life New York City, right?
Yeah.
One of the casting choices that they announced was Foreman Spike, who many people don't know who the fuck Foreman Spike is, right? I certainly didn't. I don't know about the show too. But I looked it up today, and I think I maybe vaguely knew this, but Foreman Spike is a character in the game Wrecking Crew, which was the second game to feature Mario after the arcade game Donkey Kong, right? So you had Donkey Kong, then you had Wrecking Crew, and like the same year that Wrecking Crew came out, Mario Bros. The original Mario Bros., not Super Mario Bros., came out. Okay?
I don't know the difference.
Mario Bros. Is just the, like, do you remember the map with, like, there's 2 pipes up top, 2 pipes up bottom, and then, like, Koopas would go down and the map wraps around on the side?
Yeah.
That's Mario Bros.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, I believe so.
I've played it like a total of like 1 time.
And Wrecking Crew is a weird little, like, platformer type game where they try to collect coins and they're on a construction site, kind of like Donkey Kong, original Donkey Kong. They're on a construction site, and Foreman Spike is, like, ostensibly their boss, because they're construction workers, and he's the foreman. And Foreman Spike, like, tries to interfere with Mario. He's, like, the antagonist of the very, very simple like 80s era platform game, right? It's not like it's complicated, but Spike is like the antagonist, right?
Don't give up now, you guys.
So,
Tagging out.
first you had Donkey Kong, then Wrecking Crew, then Mario Bros, and then there was another Wrecking Crew game, which, by the way, those were Famicom games. And then the Nintendo Entertainment System came out, and we got Super Mario Bros, which is the first game where Mario goes to the Mushroom Kingdom. So I think this is an isekai, but I think Mario's coming from New Donk City.
You think it's following the old school?
I think that, because Odyssey establishes that the Donkey Kong game happened in New Donk City, because it was Pauline, not Peach, who was kidnapped. It was not Peach / Princess Toadstool. It was Pauline, who was the damsel in distress in Donkey Kong. So I think it's an isekai, but I think he's coming from New Donk City. And I think we're gonna get an intro sequence, which number one shows Mario and Luigi, who Luigi was also in Wrecking Crew. Mario and Luigi are working for Foreman Spike at a construction site. They stumble upon a mysterious pipe that takes them to a new world, which is the Mushroom Kingdom. And then we'll get an intro scene where Bowser is the whole penguin sequence that was in the trailer. I think that's going to be our introduction to the character in the movie as well. And then
is that an isekai though? They don't die.
I was under the impression that an isekai was just person from World A gets transported to World B, which is very different than World A.
I thought it was just they had to die to do that.
I don't
but
think
you might be right. You might be right.
Die. I think they often do.
There's just a common thing of the mode of transportation is them getting hit by a bus.
Yes. Speaking of, did you ever watch Grimgar?
A Fantasy and Ash? Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that was such a good show.
It had ass.
We actually got it on DVD from I think for our wedding. A friend of ours got and I need to watch it again because it's a really good show. It's really pretty. Good. Watercolors plus anime, such a clever.
I'm a slut for that.
It's very, very good.
I actually need to find something to watch because I just finished Classroom of the Elite. It's good. It's really good.
Please, I've mentioned it before.
Nope.
Astro Lost in Space. It's 12 episodes and you're done. They're 12 half-hour episodes, and then the entire series is over. You don't have to worry about anything else ever again.
I might watch what's it called? Lucius Recoil? I can't remember what it's called. It starts with an L.
Have you ever seen Nausicaa, the Valley of the Wind?
No.
That's actually the Miyazaki film that a lot of people haven't seen. You should watch Nausicaa. It's really good. I need to rewatch it.
Princess Principal is not available anywhere that I know of. I looked it up.
But for real, Astro Lost in Space, it's readily available. The dub is really, really good. It is an edge of your seat page turner. Like, you'll want to finish the show. Just please, I want somebody else to see this dang show. It's not like the best anime ever, but it's a page turner.
Yeah, Corbin, let me just log into my high dive. What?
But yes, that you should watch that. If you want something to watch like this weekend or something, if you're just sitting around at home, watch Astro Lost in Space. You can literally watch it in like 2 days.
I'm going to Yu-Gi-Oh! On Saturday, and I'm going to Omaha on Sunday.
Interesting. I didn't know you were going anywhere.
My 10 days is up. Per CDC regulations, I can walk around with no mask on.
That is fair. And knowing you, you're probably gonna have a mask on.
I am wearing a mask on. I'm wearing a mask basically everywhere from now on.
Yeah. For a hot minute.
For probably a while. Yeah. I got too comfortable.
I get it.
It just is what it is. Yeah. So.
Anyways.
Oh, you motherfucker! Dude. Blah has all of it. What the fuck? That looks like a torrent site, blah. We don't do that. But I'll talk to you later.
Has anybody else in this chat seen Astro Lost in Space to recommend it? I just want... If somebody else says it, he'll listen. It's if I say it that he won't listen. Y'all should watch it. It's really fun. It's a really weird, fun, little sci-fi anime. It's very good.
I finished... the quintessential quintuplets. It's good, except for the end. not happy with the end. What else did I finish?
We've had that experience before.
What else have I?
Eternal Sonata.
Looks like it.
Oh yeah, I'm not happy with that
the best
either.
ending in the world, but so good in the meantime. Eternal Sonata.
Yeah,
I need to figure out how to give that game some attention on this stream because it's so fun.
I would love to play it,
but it's just the multiplayer would be impossible. It is. Oh, you finished this weapon.
Yep, I just have the blade to do next.
Yep, which I don't remember what that one has going on.
It's the
Sorry.
The fuck is it called?
I don't know.
Sorry, I'm trying not to die at the same time here. The shield, the magic shield.
Oh, that's actually not a bad skill. It's actually a genuinely decent one to grab.
Alright, what the fuck are these things?
Michael, what's Xenoblade recommendations? We just both played the Xenoblade games, so we both really like them.
Not weak to fucking anything.
Wow, you got also... You are done collecting items. I have nothing else for you to collect for the rest of the game.
I have nothing else to teach you.
You have gotten every weapon. You have gotten every materia that I care about. You have to max out a couple weapons still, but I have nothing left for you to collect. You're done. Yeah. Yeah, I don't have many good anime recommendations, mostly because I don't watch a ton. We did finally actually finish up Part 6, Part 2 of JoJo. They're releasing it in batches, and of Part 6, they've released.
I just got fucking unpoisoned, and now I'm poisoned again. God damn it! These things are so fucking annoying.
I don't even recall what you're even supposed to be doing.
Getting ass blasted because they don't get fucking staggered by literally anything. They just run into you over and over again and poison you.
We'll try the battle again. Stone Ocean, yes. I really like JoJo. One of these days I'll also get Titus to watch some of JoJo. It's weird, and I have mixed opinions on it, for the record. I'm not one of those people who's like, JoJo's the best anime in the world. But I do really enjoy... I do think it just... I don't know, the vibes are good. It's fun. You just have to go into it being like... You just have to go into it being like, this is a fun show, and I'm here to have fun, and nothing else matters other than if I'm having fun watching it, right? And a couple of the... In particular, a few of the parts have some just like actually bad episodes that I don't like. Every now and then it's just like, wow, this... Because it winds up taking the format of Bad Guy of the Week, right? Monster of the Week.
I mean, I don't mind that.
Which is fine, right? It's fun. That many shows do that, and it works really, really well. I don't agree with that. I think Part 5 had some really good ones. I just think Part 5 had some bad guys that I just like didn't really care for. Part 6 has... The thing that I've been annoyed at Part 6 is they've turned up the dial on the, like, let's make our characters go through really gross and disgusting things just because it's a gross factor.
No.
Like...
Why would I do that? God damn it.
Like, right. Oh, this character... He's so gross. He likes to drink his own piss. Oh, wow.
What the fuck did you just say?
Yep. That's not even hyperbole. That's just... Yep.
This one's
yep.
for you. Don't catch a cold. Come on.
JoJo is not for children.
I think we're almost done.
When they say it's gonna be gross, it just is really gross. Or, you know... It's just stuff like, oh, this person threw his shit at me. My face is covered in his shit. Isn't that so gross? Like, that's the kind of stuff that JoJo does. That I also broadly, like, don't really like when they do it too much. Because it just winds up being, like...
That sounds terrible.
It's not most of the show, but it is one of the things I specifically don't like that the show does often enough that it's worth mentioning. And I think Part 6 is the one... That's it. Part 6 takes place in a prison, or at least thus far it has. And so, like, that's one of the things. Hence the guy who drinks his own piss. Which again, he's a bad guy. He's meant to be gross. You're meant to be grossed out by him. He's a bad guy, and he's like meant to be disgusting. Like you're not meant to enjoy these things, but also they happen often enough that I'm like, you could just like not put that in the show. You know, you could just not have that be in the show, and it would be okay. That said, hot take. I think part 2's the best. I think Hamon is better than Stan's. I'll say it. I think Hamon is better.
How would you say something that's so brave? It's so true.
Stands don't show up until part 3, and part 1 and 2 rely on a different set of magic rules. And part 2 is really good. And part 3 is also really good, but I liked part 2 more than part 3. And then, but that's it. I really liked part 4. I thought part 5 was also really enjoyable. Like, I don't know. It's just that every now and then, part 5 had a couple really bad, you know, they're bad guy of this 1 or 2 episodes. I was like, wow, this guy's just terrible. I don't like when this guy's on the screen. But then some of the bad guys are fun on screen, right?
Are we almost done with this fucking ward
Is
thing?
this really the exit?
You're like halfway through.
No, with the ward at least. Yes. Okay, we're done with the
Oh,
ward.
oh, okay. Sorry.
This is a good. This is actually a really good stopping point.
This chapter this is the one that I was saying. This is the long one that just takes a while.
That was miserable.
Yeah, 3 is literally all about going across like the entire globe. Like they go everywhere, and so it's super fun. And then part 4 was like the exact opposite. Part 4 was like everything takes place in this one small rural town. It's all set in suburbia. And so that was a really interesting like change of pace. And in fact, part 4 and part 5 both explicitly take place in much smaller areas, whereas part 2 and part 3 are like all over the world. Yeah, I think Titus should watch JoJo. I also think you should watch Astra Lost in Space. Good shows.
That was a good stopping place because we just finished the ward.
Yeah. Oh, did you actually change weapons though?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay, good.
Oh goodness! What a. Not a fan of that fight.
I don't. Oh, just those 2 guys.
Yeah, if
honestly,
they could get staggered or had like weakness, but they had 0 weakness.
I think you maybe fight them again, but as Cloud and Barrett instead.
That's gonna be
something
more.
like that.
I put one to sleep because she had
Oh, clever.
Sleep, and they weren't immune to it. So.
Yeah, with. I'm trying to think of what you might do with Cloud and or Barrett as a way of like dealing with them differently. But you're working your way through this chapter. The only thing is, like I said, the last chapter is like genuinely really hard. So I don't think you're going to beat the game next time, but I also think you're going to have a full stream and then maybe a short stream. And then we'll be done with the base game.
We want to try and beat it by next week.
I genuinely don't think you will be able to, because I think that some of the final fights will take you 3 or 4 tries. That's my take. I think the final fights are hard.
Well, we need to beat it by next week because the 20th I'm not here.
Well, we'll see what happens.
Sick.
But I mean, by all means, prove me wrong. I just know that some of those last fights are really hard, and they took me a while. The final boss fight took me like 6 or 7 tries. It's hard. It's fun and it's very cool, but it's also hard. I don't think you're beating it next week. I think you're going to get close. I think you'll have a long stream, a normal stream, and then a short stream. But yeah, we'll see.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for hanging out with us. We had a great time.
Speak for yourself.
Ba-dum-bum-ba-dum-bum-bum.
We barely even talked about Mario.
It looks good. Bowser looks good.
Looks good. Chris Pratt, I want to hear more of.
We didn't see Donkey Kong, so that makes me a little nervous.
I think that's my whole thing, is I think Donkey Kong's going to also come through the pipe, and that's going to be the thing. Like Donkey Kong, Luigi, Mario, and maybe even Spike are all going to come from New Donk City, and maybe we'll find out that Peach also came from New Donk City, but like many years ago. That's why she's also the only human in the Mushroom Kingdom, which doesn't make any sense. We'll figure out what they do with that. But
Crazy Souls.
I think it'll be fun.
Crazy Souls. Okay. That's us signing off for the night. We'll see you, same time, same place, next week. With more Tifa booty.
Maybe.